What up, what up, what up, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Me, I'm doing great. I don't know if we've got other live feeders at this time, but I was bored and I wanted to rant about some shit. So here we are. I'll wait until some people get in, see if I still have notifications that go out or not. Got your skinny juice in. Good deal. Good deal. Don't pull a salty pirate and take a whole vial the first week without reading any instructions or proper dosing guidelines. Please don't do that. If you're using Retta, I would say start out at 1 milligram weekly. The Retta has a 6-day half-life, so if you start to feel hungry around day 5, what you can do is split it in half, like take half a milligram on Monday and half a milligram on Thursday or something to kind of like, balance out the serum levels. I know that works for some people. Oh, it's tirzepatide. Okay, yeah. 2.5, that's what I started on with tirzepatide. Make sure you rotate injection sites. They say the medication changes based on where you inject. Like I know if you inject in your abdomen, you have a higher risk of side effects than if you inject in like your upper arm or your upper thigh. But, it's also dependent on the person. Everybody's going to react to the medication differently. But it happens fast. It's going to happen fast. It definitely builds up. I lost 5 more pounds this week. Or not this week, this month, for the month of July. And I'm still only taking the second dose up. I went from 2.5 to 5. So still losing weight. So unless I stall out, I see no reason to raise it and, give myself side effects and shit. But anyway, so as some of you may have seen on the news and shit like that, there's they're putting these flock cameras everywhere and they're starting to use them. They've been around for a long time, but they're starting to actually use them now where, they'll pull you in for an inspection and they'll match your logs up to where you've been in the last couple days. And, you can get tickets based off of that. And I'm against it 100%, not because I think everybody should have to drive 1,000 miles a day or anything, but it's always a slippery slope, right? And you got the Ike Stevens of the world that'll be like, oh, it's to stop all them damn dirty foreigners, right? Yet they pull them in, they give them tickets, put them out of service, but then they're on the road in 34 hours, sometimes 10 hours, right? So they don't stop them. They just charge them a little bit of money here and there, That guy that made the illegal U-turn down in Florida, that was a team truck, right? He didn't get any log violations, and he still killed people. There was a guy in California. He killed people not once, but twice. Both times, no log violation, right? So the flock cameras, it's like, they're going to write a lot of tickets for logbook violations, but it has nothing to do with public safety. Right? It's just control, just keeping everybody under control. They're like, hey, all these poor people are getting a little too successful making that trucking money. We better slap some fucking control chips on them, make sure they don't get too successful. That's all it comes down to, because it's never about the money. The tickets are the ones with their thumb on the fucking printer button. So they don't give a shit about the money. It's all about control. If it was about public safety, there wouldn't be all those murders in Chicago every year. You know, they got cameras all over Chicago. Haven't caught a murder really ever. You know, it just happens all the time. Yeah, 4 people were shot to death. We don't know who did it, and we probably never will. And it's like, well, your whole entire city is covered in cameras. What do you mean you don't know? Right? That's the Russian trucking hub. Those motherfuckers have been running 17 logbooks for decades, and they can't catch them, even though they all have to drive to where all the cameras are every year. You know, doesn't make sense. So it's all about control. It always is. You know, and then it's just like you got all these guys, you know, the Ike Stevens of the world, where they're like all for it because they want to take down the foreigners. Meanwhile, it hurts the people that are just trying to make a living. You know, not everybody is driving 3,000 miles with no sleep, right? What if it's like a good old boy who lives in, you know, Virginia, and he drives down to Atlanta, and then turns around and comes back home, and you know, and he takes a 6-hour nap when he's in Atlanta, and then goes back up to Virginia or something. You know what I mean? Like, he's not hurting anybody. He's just making a living. But now he's going to get fucked because you don't like Salamander Pollywog from California or whatever the fuck their name is. You know, they always have weird names, right? And it never hurts the guys that you think it's going to hurt. You know, like I just said, Chicago is covered in fucking cameras. There's toll roads everywhere. There's a camera on every fucking light pole. Yet every fucking guy named Sneakovich fucking Logbukov is living there running multiple logbooks and never gets caught. So it's, you know, it's another fucking scam by the government to gain more control over us. It's really what it comes down to. It always is. You know, and I get the long-term ramifications, right? If all these guys can't do that shitty, you know, that shady shit, it'll be better for those of us who don't, because, you know, we don't have to compete with those guys anymore. I get it. But that's usually where we lose our freedoms, is because somebody creates a problem. The government says, don't worry, we'll help. And then it just spirals out of control from there. You know, hey, we're sending you a ticket because you didn't mow your lawn last week. How did you know? Remember those flock cameras we sent up? Well, we stopped all the Somalis, so now we're taking pictures of people's lawns and finding them. You know what I mean? Like, it'll spiral out of control. It always does. You give anybody too much power, and they're going to abuse it. Usually to our detriment. You know, and then like the Ike side, it's funny to me because he's like this super Christian, he claims to be, but I'm not a religious man, but I'm pretty sure it says in the Bible that God let 5, you know, said that he would let 5 guilty men go to save 1 innocent man, you know, and 5 sinners to save 1 innocent. You know, but Ike's like, fuck it, burn the whole trucking industry down because I don't want them foreigners in my country. You know, funny how that works. But I don't know, I'll probably do a video, like a long-term or a recorded video on that eventually, if I get the time, if I feel like it. But yeah, I'm against it. Like I said, I don't think we should all have to work fucking 20 hours a day. But I also don't want to give power to people that shouldn't have power over me. You know, I have high hopes for that guy down there in Florida. What's his name? Fishback or whatever. He's like anti-flock camera and all this shit like that. Like, I don't know if he's Republican or Democrat, but if you want to win on a ticket for, you know, 2020 or 2030 or whenever the next presidential election is, be anti-government control. I guess that would be the way to go. But I'm kind of I'm kind of over it. Kind of over it. You know that we get fucked with everything all the time, and we're already getting fucked when they come up with new ways to fuck us. It's always trucking. You know, and then it's like, why are you coming after the drivers and the carriers? You should be going after the brokers, right? If the brokers aren't stupid, you'll see those loads on the load board where it's like, hey, this picks up in fucking Georgia and it has to be in Dallas tomorrow. Well, that's 1,000 miles, right? It doesn't say team load, team required. And I guarantee you, 99% of the time, when somebody applies to take that load, they're not going to ask them if they have a team, right? They'll just do it. They know. They're not stupid. But yeah, I think it's getting too much. And again, it's never about public safety, right? It's always control.
Hmm.
All right, there I am. Now I'm back. For some reason, it only had one person on the screen. That was weird. What's up, overtime? Could you guys hear me, or am I talking to myself? Because I feel like the live feed isn't working. People are asking me if it's working and shit. All right, that's what I thought. Maybe it's just overtime then. Doesn't have his mic on or something. But oh, he's back. What's up, overtime?
Not much. How are you?
Doing good. Just bored as usual. You know how it is.
Yeah, I've been bored all week. So I
How
know
was
what
that
you mean.
trailer you were picking up? Did you go get it already? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I did, but my truck is now deciding to not work, so I'm stuck in Mississippi still.
What the fuck happened to the truck?
My DPF came apart, so I need to get a new DPF filter.
Hmm.
So yeah, kind of wishing I took you up on that delete kit.
Yeah. Oh shit.
No,
The
it's
guy's
okay. I
there.
bought the Kenworth dealership here quoted me for just the filter alone, the OEM one. It's $4,000, and
Jesus.
I found luckily there's a Truck Pro shop that's down the road, and they have an aftermarket one for 1,900. So
Oh,
that's
way
what I
better. Yeah.
yeah. The guy at the Kenworth shop was not very happy when I told him that, but they're still gonna put it on for me. I just have to bring it to them. So yeah, I'm gonna put a new DPF filter on it, and then I'll finally be able to drive home. But yeah, I got the trailer. The trailer's a piece of shit. I don't know if I got such a good deal on it now that I'm looking at it. But
Uh, I mean,
that's what happened.
is it a piece of shit in the sense that you got to dump money in it to make it work, or is it a piece of shit where it's like you're basically going to take it home and scrap it?
No, oh, no. I paid too much money to scrap it. I paid 26,000 for it. It'll be good when it'll be good when I fix it. But somebody like I knew that it was having hydraulic problems because those RGN trailers have hydraulic rams that push down on the trailer when you hook up, and it's got hydraulic pins. But
Yeah.
somebody jimmied it, and I don't know what they did, but there used to be an automatic locking pin that locks on the top of the neck. Somebody cut that whole system out, and now it's just a pin that you drop in. And I don't know what they did. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I can even use it. But I mean, it's locked. It's together now, but I can't disconnect it and drop it. So like, if I can't get a load home because I can't disconnect my neck,
Oh shit.
so I'm just deadheading all the way back to Utah. And yeah, so
That sucks. Yeah, I mean that's the issue with anything used is there's always somebody out there who's gonna fucking rig it up instead of fixing it properly. So, and then you got to go through and try to figure out what they did, what their mess was.
yeah,
So,
I mean, it'll be good once it's finally safe and I trust it. It'll be a good trailer. I think once it's fixed, I'll pay for itself pretty quick. But I need to figure out what I'm
Oh,
going to do with
easily.
it. Like I'm sitting here in Mississippi. There's a $15,000 load going from Mississippi to Utah, but I have to be able to drop my neck, and it's like 35,000 pounds, legal dimensions. So I'm not overweight, not over width, and it's $15,000. So it's like
Nice.
$12 a mile.
Yeah.
So if my trailer was working, I would have almost paid off the trailer in one trip, but it's not working. So
That sucks.
but yeah,
Yeah.
and this stupid filter, DPF filter.
If you do decide to do the delete, I'll send you the info in the Discord because the guy, he's there. He's always willing to do it, and I mean, he does a good job because I've driven some deleted trucks that had really shitty tunes, and it's almost like they were worse off than before they were deleted. But he
Right.
does a good job. He does a really good job.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I'm very conflicted because I want to do some loads for Tramcorp, but I have to be carb compliant. So
uh,
I don't know. But I'm still contemplating it, but now I'm a little bit less against it now that I'm spending $4,000 on a filter.
right.
So,
Well, my thing is, you already spent the money to fix it, so it's like you might as well just keep using it until it breaks again and then decide, like, okay, do I fix it again or do now I just cut it out entirely?
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
uh, and I mean, when they say carb compliant, do they actually check your truck?
Yeah, well, the problem is I will be doing a lot of California stuff, and
Oh,
maybe I should just give up on that. But California is like the hardest state to get overweight and overlength permits in. Like most states, you just pay them and hand them out like candy, but California is like crazy strict depending on what it is. They will
yeah.
make you get it. They will make you get an inspection before they issue you the permit, and you have to submit your carb certificate to them. And I've never had a carb certificate, so I don't know what
Uh,
that's even like.
huh.
So yeah, I mean you
I
can get
mean,
away
it's
if you're just doing regular stuff, you can get away with being deleted pretty easily. But if you're pulling permits, it's a little harder.
of course, yeah, it's one more, jump through hoops process,
Yeah,
but it's kind of hard to avoid California based on, I mean, we're West Coasters, it's it's kind of like looming in the distance all the time. You can't ever get away from it.
yeah,
So I typically don't go there, but every now and then, especially if I end up in Yuma, I'll dip in there, maybe not all the way to LA or something, but it's like I find myself crossing that border every now and then. So it's like, as much as I hate going, I live next to it. Like it's kind of inevitable, I think.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, and I mean, SoCal is right. Those rates out of LA do pay, but it's fucking LA.
Yeah. There was, I mean, when it comes to it, I can't believe how well I believe it because I've seen them on the load boards. But if you look up like heavy haul loads out of California in and out, it's just crazy because nobody wants to deal with the permits.
Right.
There was a $23,000 load. It was a 340 excavator, like a 95,000 pound excavator that I could have taken
Yeah.
on this. I didn't have the trailer at the time, but it was going from Salt Lake to Sacramento, so 680 miles, and it paid $23,000. You don't need any escorts; it's just overweight, and so whatever that is, that's $30 a mile or something just for overweight, not over length or oversized.
Yeah, which is not bad.
Yeah, I'm sure your permits would probably be for California and Nevada. It'd probably be $1,500 for your permits, but still, if you're
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
worth
know,
it at that price,
grossing $23,000 in a day.
Exactly. What does it look like coming back out of California though?
It's pretty good. There's a lot of generators if you're down south, or just equipment. There's equipment all over the place. So
Do you remember? I can't remember what the town is called. I should remember it, but it's between Tracy, California, and the Bay Area. Livermore, I think it is.
yeah, there's a
Livermore.
FedEx there.
Yeah, I think, but there's like a big old. I think there's a Generac factory out there that they move like a lot of, not like they're not oversized, but they're like those generators where you'll stack them like 2 deep on a flatbed and stuff out of
Yeah.
Livermore. The Tesla batteries used to come out of Livermore back in the day when Tesla was new.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff coming out of there. I don't know that you would need a Landau for it or an RGN or anything, but still,
Yeah,
you
the only real advantage I have over a Landau is the height, because I only have a 26-foot lower deck, but I can be 12 and a half foot tall. So if I'm
That's good,
competing, if I'm competing against step deck guys, they'll be over height and I'm not. So,
That's true. Yeah, and those generators are pretty tall, so yeah, that might be a way out.
we'll see.
But
We'll
like
see
you
if I
said, you
get
got to
this.
play the card game.
If a what?
It all depends on playing the carb game, though.
Yeah. But like even the guys at the ports, usually the guys at the ports don't care. It's just the people that issue your permits, those are the ones that care.
This guy Danny in the comments says Oil Hauler is on Elite's lap now. How is he on Elite's lap when Elite ain't even here? Elite is like MIA. He's doing his own thing. He's been in the Discord like once in the last week. Talk about rent free. Yeah, I was looking at some stories on the flock cameras, and they're over there just outside of El Paso. They had a bunch of state troopers on the side of the highway, evidently just pulling people over, and then just basically like, let me see your logs. Oh, it doesn't match the camera. Here's an out of service. Here's an out of, like, not even a scale. They're just waiting on the side of the road and just grabbing people at random.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, Idaho's been doing that for years, but they don't really enforce it as much.
I will say Idaho is kind of a trip to me because, one, they don't report federally. At least they didn't used to. So it's like if you did something wrong in Idaho, it was between you and them. They really didn't, take it any farther than that. But then they were like one of the only states in a long time that's ever actually looked in my fuel tanks to see if I had red diesel or not.
Yeah, that's a big problem with all the cattle guys.
Yeah.
But Idaho's kind of funny.
I
mean, I know that all the states do it, but they scan your license plate every time you go past the port, even if you don't go in. Because I thought it was kind of funny. One of my drivers, I had to buy him an overlength permit, and he hit something on the road, an animal or something, and his license plate fell off. And so I had to buy him a new license plate. He got the new license plate, and I was calling to buy this permit for him. And the guy asked me, okay, what license plate number am I supposed to put for it? This truck has 2 license plates listed on your DOT number. And I was like, oh, shoot, I don't know. He just put a new one on. And he's like, well, it looks like this license plate went past the Boise port 5 hours ago. Is that the right one? And I was like, oh, yeah, that must be it then. And I was calling a different port, not Boise. It was the main office. So they know
okay.
they can see, the computer sees every time you go past, and they list every time you go past a port, so they know. But if you're going over state lines, they won't know if you went to Montana and then you kept driving or not.
Right.
But I just thought that was
Until they
funny. He's like,
start-
yeah, he went past Boise 5 hours ago. That must be him.
You're like, damn it, they know everything. And through the IFTA, they can kind of track your fuel too. Because I've heard guys getting tickets where they're like, hey, so you were doing a reset the other day, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's weird because last night you got diesel and you're supposed to be doing a 34-hour reset. How'd that happen? It's like they're like all in your business.
Yeah. Gosh,
So,
that's funny.
and I mean, I get it, right? Like I'm torn because yeah, it sucks to have to compete with a guy that's going to drive 1,800 miles without stopping, right? You know, how are you going to compete on the load board with a guy that can do everything in one day if you're trying to be
Yeah.
legit? But at the same time, you know, like the example I gave before, what if it's just a good old boy who's driving 400 miles in one direction, dropping a load, driving 400 miles back? You know, yeah, I get it's 800 miles. Technically, you can't do that legally, but it's like he ain't hurting anybody. He's just going back home. You know, so it's
Yeah.
like, and it's like the last major wrecks we had, except for that guy in Texas, they weren't log violations. They just can't fucking drive.
Yeah, they can't read the no U-turn sign.
Right. Well, that was one thing. That guy in California, he killed 2 people or 3 people down in L.A., and then, you know, he was still in court for that, yet somehow he was in a truck up by somewhere like north of, he was on like the 99, I think, somewhere, and he like went across the median and killed more people. And I'm like, why was he driving a truck if he's already in court for killing people while driving a truck? That doesn't make sense. And it's like both times his logs were legal, you know, like he was all legal. He just can't fucking drive.
Supposedly legal. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Juan's in the house. What's up, Juan? I'm doing good, man. I dropped the link in the chat if you want to come on and shoot the shit with us. Yeah, I don't know. This whole, like I said, it's I don't like it. I don't like to give more power to the government. That's the last thing they need. I understand why it could be necessary, but it's like it's a slippery slope. Because then it's like you could apply the same logic to guns. It's like, yeah, I know there's a lot of crazy people out there. I don't want anybody to get hurt, so I guess I'll give up my guns. And it's like, no, that's not the right path. It's like probably not the best thing to do here.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like once you give up a freedom, it's really hard to get it back if you're ever going to get it back. So
Yeah, it's like when they made a federal income tax. That's a temporary.
yep, it's the longest temporary thing I've seen. And again, like that's one of those things where I know, you know, people hate taxes. You know, who doesn't? But for me, I'm like, I wouldn't mind so much if the taxes were actually getting spent on what I'm paying my taxes for.
Yeah.
You know, like they like to talk shit about some of those northern European countries, you know, like the Nordic countries. They're like, oh, they're paying like 40% tax rate. And it's like they are. However, they got fucking health care and, you know, like state-sponsored pensions, and their roads are in perfect condition. And, you know, it's like you can see where the tax money's going. It's a whole other thing when you pay billions of dollars in taxes and it's like nothing has changed. You're just putting money in people's pockets. Like, Well, that could be in my pocket, So
Right.
exactly. So it's like I wouldn't mind if they actually spent the taxes on something that I benefit from.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. The government that the really sad thing is that like we probably wouldn't care that much about the whole Epstein thing and all the foreign wars if we didn't have 40 trillion in debt.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's like, well, if everything's horrible and we're paying, but
Right.
I don't know. But then again, the Nordic countries, the Norway, Sweden, Finland, they also don't really pay anything for defense, and they've got a very what's it called? You got a very uniform population. Everybody's the same culture. Everyone's the same, uh, you know,
Yeah.
background. They don't really like immigration very much. So it's a little bit easier to have a socialized economy when your population's only 10 million or something, and everyone's got the same moral standing.
I can't remember where it was. It was one of those Nordic countries, but uh, they were talking about like gun violence in the U.S. and their total population was equivalent to like New York City, not New York State, just New York City. It was like 8 million people,
Yeah.
and their police had shot more people in their country than the entire city of New York. And I was like, yeah, if you apply that statistic to the U.S. as a whole, there's 330 million people. So like if we kill 20 a year, that's a very small fraction of the total population versus you guys killing more people than New York City with the same equivalent population. Like that means technically you guys are shooting more, but you're calling us violent. So
Yeah.
it's like apples to oranges. It's like, yeah, you guys are managing a city and calling it a country. Meanwhile, some of our states have a higher GDP than all of you guys put together.
Yeah. Well,
Like
didn't I don't know if I saw that right, but didn't like Mississippi now has a bigger GDP than England or something, or the
some
United
along
Kingdom?
those lines. I don't remember. I know for a fact that both California and Texas dwarf most countries as far as GDP goes.
Oh yeah.
And,
Well,
and
California alone would be like the fourth biggest behind Germany and China.
exactly, yeah, California is huge.
Yeah.
And I know this is like the first time in a few decades that Mexico has been almost the same GDP as Canada, but we think Canada's super modern and advanced, but everybody looks down on Mexico, and I'm like, they're catching up on you, Canada. You better get your shit together.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what the population of Mexico is.
I think it's higher than Canada, honestly. I'm pretty sure Canada's a very small population overall. I mean, given they don't have a lot of livable
Yeah.
land. It's mostly like tundra and shit.
Google says that Mexican population is 133 million, and then Canada, I think Canada's 50. Canada population. Canada is 41.4 million.
Well,
Yeah.
well, there you
Huh.
go.
Yeah, so Mexico does have three times the population. But
That's true too, but yeah.
yeah,
I think
that's
I think things will take off for Canada if they ever find a way to get that oil sand like in a cheaper manner. If they find a way to get that separated cheaper, they would probably do very well because that is one of the world's largest reserves of oil. It's really expensive to get it out of the sand or like to do that extraction process.
well, they might be losing that too because Alberta's going to be free or something.
Oh shit,
Nah, I don't know what they're going to do.
that'll be
Alberta.
interesting to see.
Oh, it would definitely make my fuel prices in Utah a lot cheaper if Alberta became part of the U.S.
Yeah, no shit. Right?
God, I
Yep.
can't believe it. It's like $5.60 a gallon in Utah again. I thought it was supposed to be going down.
we had that brief little fucking like break, and then it went back up.
Right.
When I left, when did I get back? So I went. So not this trip, but last trip. When I left, I went through not El Paso, Houston, and it was like 364 a gallon in Houston. I was like, hey, look at that, we're healing. And then when I left again to go out on the next trip, when I went through Houston, it was like 494, and it was like 516 or 517 in Louisiana. I was like, well, that didn't fucking last long. It's like such a fucking slap in the face. I was like, I'm glad I fueled when I did then, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, the lady that I get most of my loads from, we get a fuel surcharge, but it's based on 2 weeks ago. So like last week, she was all ready to book me for like 3 trucks all week, and I was like, "Oh, okay, sure." And then I found out why. It's because fuel went up 60 cents a gallon, and she just wanted to not pay me fuel surcharge this week.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that's what I figured out. They love to book me in advance if they think fuel's going up.
Oh yeah, easily. Yep.
But next week we'll make it up. So it's on the 2 week bonus. So next week all my loads should pay $100 more than they normally do,
Which is not bad. That's what I've been fighting with. Is every load I got to argue for an extra $100 to $200 out of it, because I'm like, dude, it's not $3.50 a gallon. I don't know where you're getting these numbers from.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it. Like, I don't want to pay extra money either, but I got to get some fuel money out of this. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
And I did one run. I'll never fucking do it again, but I was just like, let's see what happens. Like, it might work out. I took a load out of, it was just north of the Georgia line, like north of Tallahassee. And it was like west of Valdosta down there, but it was like between Tallahassee and Valdosta, but it was on the Georgia side, like kind of like catty corner, like in between them, if that makes sense. It's like southwestern, but not all the way to the corner of Georgia. But it was going over to Kansas City, and it was garbage. It was a garbage ass load, but I was stuck in northern Florida, and there was nothing on the board. So I was like, I know I can get a good load out of Kansas, because Kansas usually pays. So I took it, and he was only going to pay $1,200, and I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Like, I got to get. I was like, $1,800. It should be fair. Like, that's still low, but help me out. And he finally did it for 17. Then he put it back on the board for 15. And I was like, this motherfucker is going to try to fuck me over. But then it went off the board again, and then he finally gave it to me for 17. And I'm just like, yeah, because no one's going to take that. Like, that's such a trash. Like, you're a scumbag for even trying. So I took my little $1,500 or $1,700 load. Half of that's going in the fuel tank, so it's not. It's just to get me moving. Really, that's all it is. And then I get over to Kansas City, and then sure enough, it's back up to like $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 loads again. But it's I don't know. It was just a wait, because I had to sit there all day waiting to get loaded. Then when I get to Kansas City, they're like, the broker's like, yeah, you just get there 4:15 in the morning. They'll get you in right away. All the reviews on the customer were the same thing. They're like, oh, it's so great. You get here at 4 in the morning. They knock on your door and wake you up, and you're good to go. No, they didn't come out of that fucking warehouse door until like 8 a.m. And I was there until 2 o'clock. I was like, this is bullshit. I was like, this does not pay enough to deal with this crap. So I was like, never again. No, not ever. I would rather deadhead 400 fucking miles to like Savannah than fucking do that again.
Where were you in Florida?
Just outside of Tampa. I was like north of Tampa a little bit, like I guess by like Wildwood, like kind of like that last TA before you hit the turnpike.
Oh. I ask that as if I know what I'm talking about. I don't think I've ever even driven a truck in Florida, other than when I was in Panama City to get my blue truck. I don't know where anything is in Florida.
The problem is the loads going in are super profitable. Like I can
Right.
take a load out of New Mexico or El Paso, like around Las Cruces, El Paso area, and it'll pay me like $6,500 to go to Florida, which isn't
Right.
bad at all. And it's I know most of the places down there, so it's like I can get in and get out. I know everybody. I can go to the hey, it's me again. Oh yeah, get it done. It's easy, it's smooth. But then it's like now that I'm there and I made my little chunk of money, now I'm fucked trying to get out. It didn't used to be like that. It's only the last couple of weeks, maybe a month. All of a sudden, it's just like this dead slowdown. And I had one load. It was paying like 3,000 going out of Florida to Texas, and I was like, that's fucking nuts. It was like like 250 a mile, almost 242 or 247, something like that. And it was 3 golf carts going to Dallas, and I was like, hell yeah, let's do that. That's a good run. That's a good week. And I get up there. There's a line of trucks like around the corner, all the way down the next street. So I just get in the line of trucks. I'm like, I'm going to be here a while. This sucks. Well, then this sheriff is driving down the line, blaring his horn and yelling. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And he comes up and he's like, you need to go somewhere else. And I was like, this isn't the line for that customer? He's all, yeah, it is. And I was like, oh, well, I'm waiting. I'm not like sleeping here. He's like, I don't care. You're blocking the road. You need to go somewhere else. I'm like, okay, that fucking sucks because like where the fuck else is you're in the middle of the city, like you can't. So I drove up and I just blocked the road with my hazards on. Everybody's honking. And I just ran inside real quick. I was like, here's my number, here's my pickup number, I'll be back, just please call me. They said, hey, no worries. So I left and I found a place like behind some warehouses that were for sale, and I was like, hopefully I can hide back here for a few hours or whatever. And they never called me, so I drove back over, and they kept assuring me, "Don't worry, you're on our list. We just got to load up these other guys and blah blah." So I was like, "All right." Well, like 10 o'clock at night, they're like, "Yeah, it ain't happening," and I was like, "Yeah, I didn't think so." So I told the broker, and he's like, "What do you mean it's not happening?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, he doesn't know." And I'm like, "This might be a fucking problem." And so he's like, "I can't get a hold of anybody. Is anybody there?" And I said, "No, it's just the security guard." So he's like, fuck. He's like, all right, we'll try again in the morning. He's like, be there at 7 a.m. We got to figure this out. I said, okay. So I wake up at 7, and at like 4:30 in the morning while I was still asleep, he messaged me and said, load's canceled, and then blocked my number. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, God damn it, dude. It was like such a... He said, he's like, I'll send you a Tonu on Monday. Never did. Won't answer the phone, won't respond to emails.
Dang.
Yep, just total BS.
Yeah, wasted your whole week. Wasted your weekend.
Just Friday night. I was able to get a load Saturday afternoon, thank God, but it was just, it fucking sucked.
Yeah, that's a gamble whether you can find something on the weekend.
No, I was happy with it. I got 2,200 to take a sugar load, and so that got me up to Ohio. Like southern Ohio, basically Kentucky. So not the best thing in the world, but at least I wasn't stranded in Florida till Monday.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It used to not be a problem, man. I would go right down to Miami. I would drop. I would go west of Miami, like right on the edge of town. And it was always citrus, dragon fruit, or something coming up from the Caribbean areas, or the tip of or the northern tip of South America, I should say, not South Africa. Always sucking good citrus loads, or like weird shit like papyrus and like stuff they grow down there in South America. But it was always a guarantee load. You'd go down there, you'd make a nice chunk of money, and then you grab something going north to Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana. And then I could usually get something out of that area back to Phoenix, no problem. Just do a little triangle. But all of a sudden, it just fucking died for Florida, and I don't know why.
Huh.
And then this is the slow season for Nogales, so And it's like people are like, oh, what about Laredo or McAllen? And I'm like, well, if Nogales is slow, what makes you think that the other Mexican ports are going to have any other freight? I mean, it's not going to be much better.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I don't know enough about reefer. But yeah, that's what I've always heard. Not that I've only ever sent a couple trucks to Florida, but that's always been what I've heard is you have to deadhead out or just at least plan on deadheading out. But I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, I mean, it's usually the same thing for me. I do a lot of Utah to Montana, and almost every time I go to Montana, we're deadheading home. So we usually get $5 to $6 a mile to go to Montana. And then if I do get something coming home, then it's always just a bonus.
Yeah, you kind of already had it budgeted to not make any money, so it works out.
Yeah, sometimes you get stuff.
I don't know if I lost signal or you did, but I lost you. Oh, there you are. You're back. Oh, nope. He's gone. Oh, he's back. All right, there you are. I lost you there for a minute.
Yeah, the freaking broker from Arrive Logistics, they call me like 10 times a day. And I keep telling them I don't want any of their loads.
Yeah.
And every time they call, and I'm like, you guys call me like 3 times a day. Can you put me on a do not call list? And they're like, well, you don't have a regular agent assigned to you, so we're trying to be your regular agent. I'm like, I don't really care. If you have a load posted and I want it, I'll call you. Don't call me.
Yeah, I hate that shit. And it's like if they're begging for someone to haul their freight, they're probably not worth hauling for because they shouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, I mean they've had a couple good loads. I did a load for them like last month that was really good from Salt Lake to Portland, but like I don't know why it's a different guy every time. So every new agent tries to call somebody that doesn't have someone listed as their main agent. And
they're probably trying to build like a book of business or something, and so they're just trying to get names on a board.
Yeah, but it's okay. I don't mind it. I know TQL does it too, but I actually really like TQL. They've been pretty good to me. So
they're hit or miss for me usually. I don't really use them that often, but it's like when they're good, they're really good, and then when they're bad, it's really bad.
Yeah, I mean it's the parent company is huge, so you just got to find one of the local offices that has a really good load. Like I've been doing for TQL, I've been doing this one power only lane for like 2 years now. It's just one load a week, but it's like $4 a mile up to Spokane, and it's a drop and hook load we do every week. And they don't bother me at all. I just have to text them pictures of the trailer. But yeah, it's one a week, and it's whatever that is. It's like $2,700 one way, and then I can load it out back.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, and it's TQL. They don't even care. They just who's the driver this week, and I just tell them who the driver is, and then I find a load home. So
I had it wasn't TQL, it was one of the other big ones. I think it was Voyager Logistics. I think it was Voyager. And they gave me a load out of Louisville. I just delivered produce. I got a load. It was like 10 totes, those like plastic crates with the wire mesh around them with the chemicals inside. It was like 10 crates going to just outside Tucson to some like printing plant or something. It was like some kind of transfer fluid or something. I don't know. It was like 10 crates though. It was like 15,000 pounds. It wasn't that heavy. And the same guy is like, hey, your trailer is almost empty. You want to pick up another load? I was like, hell yeah. I was like, what do you got? And he's like, you're going through Dallas. Do you want to make a stop on the way? I said, sure, not a problem, man. What do you got? And he's like, I got 2 pallet jacks that got to go to Dallas. And I was like, no shit. And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So he gets me that. I go over, they take the 2 pallet jacks, they put them underneath the last 2 pallets. Well, now the trailer is still half empty, and it's only like, it's not even 20,000 pounds yet. And so I called the boss, and I'm like, hey, dude, I got like half a trailer and like 20,000 pounds. Like, I could do a triple load on this. And he's like, well, let me find you something. So he found like auto parts, like scrap auto parts and totes, going back to Nogales to go to Mexico, probably to get rebuilt. I picked them up from an AutoZone warehouse just outside Louisville. And it was like just over the Indiana border. So I fucking got a load to Tucson to go home. Then I got a load dropping in fucking Dallas on the way home that was just 2 pallet jacks. And then I got a load going to Nogales so that I could drop that off to pick up the next produce load going back out. Like it was such a fucking perfect run, man. It was good. It was really good.
ABF Freight better watch out. You're doing LTL stuff now.
Exactly. Yeah, it all worked out. I'm like, man, I wish that shit would happen all the time, but it's so rare, you know.
How much did they pay you to move 2 pallet jacks?
It was like $900.
Oof.
Yeah,
Pallet jacks even worth that much?
Probably not. Well, they were electric pallet jacks.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there were 2 like electric ones, not the ride-on ones. They were just those short, you know, the ones that the walk behinds.
Yeah, you push them, but it's still battery powered.
Yeah, it was one of those, or 2 of those, I should say. But I mean, whatever. It paid for the fuel. You know, realistically, it was probably a box truck load, but he probably couldn't find anybody to take it, and so he's like, I can just tack it onto this load since it's on the way. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. It'll pay for the fuel, so I'll break even on everything else. You know, I'll be all right. So,
nice.
Yeah.
$900 is $900.
Exactly. You know, so, and I mean, for a 1,000,000-mile truck, this truck does get good mileage. I know I can get about 11 to 1,200 miles off a tank, and I still have some left. I don't like to run it down to E. I'm always paranoid about that. But if I fuel at like just below a quarter tank, like kind of in between the red line and the quarter mark, I guess, what is that, the 2/8 or whatever the fuck they would, I don't know what you would call it, like just that in between there, I can get about 1,200 miles.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have big tanks either. I got the small one. So a full tank for me is like 180 gallons.
Yeah, I definitely miss my Coronado having the 250 tanks. I could go like 1,800 miles in between filling up.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I could almost go coast to coast without filling.
I know the boss's brother has a Coronado in the yard, and it just sits. Every now and then somebody will use it for a local delivery. I know I've used it a couple times, and it's got a 60 series in it. It's in decent shape. I know it needs suspension work because it sags to one side, but that might just be the cab mounts. But it's just fucking sitting there, and I see it every week. I go back to the yard and drop a trailer or something. I see it fucking sitting there, and I'm like, I wonder what he wants for that. It's always like teasing me, and the interior's not all shredded up either. I'm like, man, this is actually not that bad of a truck. So,
yeah. Huh. I mean, I sold mine for 26. So and it had a brand new transmission and radiator and turbo.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I paid 17 for it originally 2 years ago, but that was on the auction. So
Yeah. How much did you have to dump into it when you bought it, though?
the transmission was like 4,000. The radiator was like 900. The turbo was only 1,000.
That's not
We
bad.
we did motor mounts, bushing, shocks, airbags, cab mounts. What else did I do? Alternator, battery, starter. I don't know, probably all over 12,000
10.
over the 2 years I owned it.
That's not bad. I was going to guess 10. So, yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out. I put 90,000 miles on it, and I drove it for 2 years. So the little bit I do drive, because I'm a part-time driver.
Right. Yeah, that's not bad, man.
Yeah, it was a good truck. I mean, just alone from this stupid DPF on my blue truck, I've almost spent more on this blue truck the 3 weeks I've owned it than the red truck.
Yeah, the DPF is always a fucking problem.
Oh.
I know before I got this one deleted, one of the guys that I know, he's got the Freightliner software, the tough book thing, and I would have to leave and I would have to make it back to Phoenix before I'd driven 4,500 miles or the truck would derate. And then when I got back to Phoenix, he'd have to hook it up and force it to regen. And then it would be good for another like 4,500 miles or so. And I was just like, I can't wait to get this fucking thing deleted.
Well, I was thinking I could have made it home because I was just constantly stopping and burning it out. But they took my DPF off this morning. And he's like, we took it out and the screens fell out, so your internals are shot. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I was just hoping they were just gonna bake it and it'd be, $1,500 bill, and then I can go home and fix it. But no. And the guy here at the Kenworth, he was really nice at first, but the tech came in and he was not nice. I was like, oh, can you just like blow it out with the air gun so I can just limp it home? And he's like, that's against federal law. We can't blow it out with an air gun. I was like, okay, who pissed in your Cheerios?
Right.
It's like, what do you think happens when you bake it out? Where do you think the NOx and the soot goes when you bake it out? Does it not just come out of the filter? What's the difference,
Right.
man?
Exactly. It's so stupid.
Oh,
That's when you hope there's another tech in the fucking shop that does work, because there's a guy that I use in Phoenix. He's a Freightliner tech, and he's 100. You'll go in the dealer, to the shop, and they're like, we can't do that. It's against regulations. And then he turns around, he makes sure no one's there, and he's like, but after work, the regulations don't count. And it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, he'll just do it on the side, So I'm like, okay, cool. Well,
yeah, I thought that was so funny because the first guy that, obviously the guy at the counter doesn't really do the work and he doesn't know what's going on. He's just trying to make me not cry while I'm in the office. But I just, that like, he's like, yeah, at first I thought he was actually a mechanic. He's like, yeah, we can try and mess with it and then maybe get you to just limp it home. But then the other guy came in and no, it's against federal law. Oh.
I went to do an oil change, and I did it on the road, and I should have just done it when I was home, but I was like, I'll just do it later. And then it later came around, I didn't feel like doing it, so I was like, I'll just go to Speedco and have them knock it out real quick, because it's cheap enough just to do oil change or whatever and grease everything. Yeah. And so I stopped there and I was like, hey, while you're at it, since the Speedcos are Freightliner dealership like knockoffs now, they'll do your transmission oil and shit like that too, where normally they won't touch an auto. But I was like, hey, would you do the transmission oil and the diff fluid while you're at it? And they're like, well, we don't have a technician that's transmission certified, so we can't touch your transmission. I was like, oh, okay. And then he's like, I was like, how about the diff fluid though? And he's like, we don't have a tool that fits that. And I'm like, what do you have anything? Like, Just like it was like all my options are slowly narrowing down. I'm like, this is why I don't come here. This is ridiculous.
Now you got to go somewhere else.
Right. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm like, I'm already here. So fucking just grease the truck and do the oil. Then I come out and he's like, hey, I'm going to show you the level. You know how they pull the dipstick out and everything.
Yeah.
And I noticed the side of the motor is all shiny. And I'm like, why did he clean the motor? And I'm like, you didn't change the fuel filters, did you? And he's like, yeah, why? And I'm like, dude, I told the guy because I do the fuel filters every 15,000 because I idle a lot. So
Yeah.
I just do them independently to make it's a 1,000,000-mile engine. I don't want any fucking problems. So he's like, oh, he didn't tell me that. I'm like, well, you weren't supposed to, like what the fuck is gonna happen now? Like now do I have to pay for this? And then the guy's like, he's like, you're right, yeah, you did tell me and I messed up, I'm sorry. So he's like, don't worry about it, yeah, we'll just it's on us. So I got free fuel filters out of it.
Nice.
But the ones that were in there were only like 5,000 miles deep, so I was just like, well, oh well.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's funny. Gosh. Yeah, take care of that transmission. I know those Detroit transmissions. Wait, is yours a manual or an automatic?
It's the auto, the standard DT12. What's up, Trip?
What up?
Yeah, I've never had to replace one, but I know they're like 20 grand.
They're expensive, and they made it to where you can't repair them anymore. Like they're like a sealed unit, so you have to have like a $30,000 or $40,000 machine to fix them.
Yeah.
So it's like
Well,
more
like
little
I know
games.
my 2020 Peterbilt, that's an automatic with the 12-speed. It was all covered by warranty, luckily, so I didn't have to pay for it. But we took it to Peterbilt, and he showed me the invoice that warranty paid. It was $22,000 with labor to put a new automated Endurant 12-speed in it.
Fuck.
I was like, oh,
That's
good.
disgusting.
Glad my warranty expires in 6 months. So
Years and years and years ago, when I was doing the local like soda delivery stuff, they had those little Freightliner M2s, the little business class M2s, day cabs, and they had the push button. I think it was an Allison transmission, if I remember correctly, and it was only a 6-speed, and it was just a little push button on the dash, and that was probably the weakest fucking truck I've ever driven.
yeah, it was my dad's old truck, but we had a Volvo Mac, those old cap over crappy trucks. We had one for a we had one for a dumpster truck when we were hauling garbage, and we would move the dumpsters around the recycling plant. And thing,
Yeah.
I mean, we never drove it on the road, so it never got past third gear. But yeah, it was the same thing. It was a push button, and like a 1995 or something.
Okay.
It didn't. It was not a comfortable truck to drive around.
No, I would imagine not. That stupid little M2 thing, it was fucking weak as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, good. They're gonna let me go. The terrible fucking setup to get fuel here.
You're getting out of the shop?
No, just going. I'm just getting fuel, but the fucking setup is shitty. You got to make a left turn in, and there's no light, and it's like right by the highway, so that's like the traffic backs up all crazy, and no one will let you go. It's like, I get it if you're in a car, right? Like, fuck the truck driver, but it's like other truck drivers will do it too. It's like, motherfucker, that could be you sitting there. Like, why aren't you cutting me some slack?
Yeah.
That's overtime, right?
Yeah, it's
What was that?
overtime.
Yeah.
What up, man?
Not much. Just regretting my life choices all the time.
Do some push-ups. You'll be all right.
That'll solve everything.
Did they? Are you getting out of the shop too?
No. I bought the aftermarket DPF from Truck Pro. It'll be here in the morning.
Oh
And
yeah, you did say that earlier.
yeah, hopefully he said it'll be here first thing in the morning, and then should only take him 1 or 2 hours to install it. Then I should be
Oh
moving
yeah, I thought you
again.
took the Uber up there. I thought they had it for you right then and there.
No, I took the Uber because I had to pay in person. Because I guess the
Oh,
guy was telling me that Fleet Pride bought Truck Pro. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So
it's,
I
it's
guess
been like that a while, I guess.
all the Truck Pro shops, the guy's like, yeah, I can't take your card over the phone. You have to pay in person. And I was like, oh man, I'm like 10 miles away. So I took an Uber all the way to Truck Pro, paid for the $1,900 filter, and then came all the way back to the hotel. So
yeah, that's a good feel. That's a great feeling.
yeah, like, okay, let me spend $40 to Uber over there and then pay $1,900 for a filters that's not even there yet. And then I gotta go pay Kenworth probably $1,000 tomorrow when they're done. But that's
Like I
life.
said earlier, that's better than what you thought it was going to be, though. So,
Yeah. If I would have went with the OEM filter, it would have been 6,000 or 7,000. It's ridiculous. Cummins ripping me off.
and hopefully they didn't. Does it come with all the? Remember, Quick was talking about the rusted up sensors and stuff like that. Is it going to come with new ones or?
No, it doesn't come with any sensors. My heat sensor was bad, so I do have to buy a $500 heat sensor. They have that at the shop already, but I don't think I have to do anything else other than the clamps and gaskets. So altogether, we're probably 3,500. I think. I hope.
Not,
I pray.
Loud, I'm getting fuel, so
it's not too bad.
I just know that
Yeah.
I'm standing right by the fucking reefer, so.
No, we can't even hear it. Oh, I can't hear it. I don't know about him. It's just me.
Oh, okay, good deal.
Yeah, no, I was doing
God
a
damn
live. I was doing a live, and T21 came in and was like, fact checking is live. I was like, oh, let me see. Oh, okay, cool. I already went live, so let me just close this out. I come in here, and T21's like, Level Up is live. And it's like, yo, what are you doing, man? Like,
He's so weird to me. He's
Like,
such a
dude,
weird
what the
guy,
fuck?
man. Like,
are you trying to, like, start something between us? Or, like, what the fuck? Like, come on. Maybe he thinks that like, there's like a tremendous amount of beef or something like that. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna send I don't have his number. I want to send a blessed invite to come to your live.
oh, god damn it! Of course, it's a problem. I hate like these fucking pumps, man.
You're too far away.
No, they spend thousands of dollars to upgrade all these pumps at the TAs and Petros to that digital shit, but then the buttons still don't fucking work. So I'm like, the buttons, yeah, the buttons didn't work on the old ones. You spent tens of thousands of dollars to upgrade them, and they still don't fucking work.
Yeah.
It's like it's such a fucking waste. I'll be right back. Keep it going. I'm gonna go inside and tell them to start it manually.
Yeah, you good. It's like you gotta fucking press the buttons way over to the side, like.
Yeah,
That's
push it
usually
4 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
if you can get it to work.
You mistyped your phone number for your rewards. You got to start over.
Yep. And it's like see, that's why I hate TA, because it's like it's 2026. Everybody else, you could just start the pump from your phone. I think TA you could do it now. I think they just updated that. I know they changed how the point system works. Like you don't need to like go to the kiosk for the shower all the time now.
Yeah, I mean, if you do a mud flap, I think some of the mud flap, they'll give you a code, so you can kind of do it from the app if you have mud flap. But I don't go to TA very often.
Well, that code, what did that? You'd still have to go punch it in. So if the thing don't work,
Yeah, that's true. You either got to go inside if the keypad doesn't work, or yeah, I guess that's right. It doesn't automatically go directly to the pump. You still have to type it in.
And they want to charge too. Some of those ones they want to charge for regular parking.
Yeah.
Insane. Whatever. So I'm taking this back road, going bypassing a couple of the scales that like I would know, or like that one outside of Nashville. That one's always open.
I don't think I've ever been to Nashville.
Oh yeah, when you go through Nashville, if you're coming west side, you know that scale is open. Fence is up. Anytime the sun is up, that scale is open. I'm in Kentucky on a back road right now. Oh, it's not a back road; it's a U.S. highway. Yeah, I hate being on a Kentucky back road. Now that's not fun because you have one lane and then there's no shoulder, none. It's like white line and fucking you're dead. Like, you hit that shit in the middle of the night. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you have one minor air leak and you're blocking the whole road because you can't move.
Oh man,
I'm back.
Yeah, they started a pump for you. You can't do it from your phone?
No, I was trying to, and it wouldn't do it. I don't know why. I know they just updated the app or whatever. Like it's not the same TA app anymore.
No. You can do certain things from your phone now, but like you said, like if it doesn't work on the phone, you still got to punch in the code or punch in the numbers, and if that doesn't work, you got to go inside.
Exactly. It's fucking stupid. They make too much money for this shit not to work. Just my opinion.
Yeah. And like I was saying, they charge for you to park in regular spots at a lot of those. They got paint, arm, and everything.
Yeah, they do. I had to get a tire in just like right on the border of Illinois coming out of Kansas. And or not, was it? Yeah, coming out of Kansas into Illinois. And I stopped to get a tire for my trailer because I was just tired of fucking putting air in it. There was like a big ass bolt stuck in it. So I was like, I'm just gonna replace the whole tire. I'm not even gonna fuck it, it's low tread, whatever. So I go to the TA. I was like, it's in the middle of the night. It should be fast, just in and out. The guy's like, oh, I don't have any techs here. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, aren't you a tech? And he's like, no, I'm just the front desk guy. And I'm like, so you're open, but there's nobody to do any work. I was like, how does that make sense?
That doesn't make sense.
So he's like, yeah, there's not going to be anybody here till 8 in the morning. And I was like, motherfucker. And I was like, fuck it. I was going to stop soon anyway. I'll just put my name in and get it done in the morning. So I get up, I go in at like 7:30, and the guy that's in there in the morning is like, dude, we're way behind. It's going to be like a day before we can get to you. I'm like, it's a day to put a fucking tire on? I was like, what the fuck? So I drove next door to this little like mom and pop tire place, and I got a brand new tire for like $250. I was like, yeah, fuck TA.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Even with the England discount, that fucking England tire account, it still would have been like at least $300 something for a tire.
Plus disposal.
Well, I would have just taken it with me.
Toss it on the side of the road.
That's my favorite thing is if you ever have to replace a tire, always ask them to keep the blown tire. That'll save you $30 on a disposal fee, and then you just walk behind the shop and throw it in the dumpster.
Exactly, yep.
I always feel like they're watching me though.
There,
Yeah, but
there
you
was
already paid.
Exactly, you're done. You're out of there. They can't stop you. I
What are
always
they
put
going to
it
do?
on
Call the
trailer.
police?
I put it on the trailer and I go back to my spot and I just leave it in the spot. I'm like, go fuck yourself. You can clean up your own parking lot. Fucking $30 fucking tire disposal.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of ridiculous.
It is. I remember I was
think
at
they make
the
money on that too. I think they make money on the disposed tire.
yeah, it's
Oh,
pure
absolutely.
profit. Because as soon as they close for the day, they dump all the tires in the fucking dumpster too. So it's like they're just charging you $30 to do what you could have done for free.
Mm.
Fucking there was a Love's outside of what is it, Palm Springs, Palm Desert, whatever, right there on the 10 coming out of the California. And I was hauling a UPS trailer, and I had a tire blow. And UPS is like, yeah, go to the Love's. And they're like, we'll take care of it. And I said, all right. And I get there, and it's like this long fucking wait. I'm like, dude, we're like 4 hours from home. This is bullshit, like waiting for a fucking tire. So I called a guy, one of those used tire guys, and I was like, hey, what's a used tire cost? He's like, I got one for like $180. I was like, can you come put it on? I'm at the Love's. And he's like, I can't do it on their property. And I was like, what if I pull to the entrance like in the dirt? And he's like, that I can do. And I was like, all right, cool. So he put the tire on. I paid him the $180, and then fucking threw the tire in the dirt in front of the Love's. Fucking started driving. I told UPS Love's took care of me. They're like, okay, you know, they're never going to get a bill. They have no fucking clue what happened. So I put the used tire on the trailer. Fucking took off, and then for like 3 hours I had that Love's calling my phone like, hey, we're ready for you. Oh, I'm on my way, don't worry, I'll pull in right now. I just kept fucking with them until they stopped calling me. I was like, all fucking day for a fucking tire, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Probably because some other asshole was doing the same thing. Sorry it took so long. This guy, we've been calling him for 3 hours and he won't pull in the bay.
Oh, I had that kind of happen one time. I was getting my truck inspected at a Love's for the warranty. They make me do an inspection, and they're like, yeah, this guy ahead of you is just getting a patch on his tire, and we've been waiting for 5 hours for them to approve it, and that's why it took us so long. And I was like, oh, okay, so that makes me feel good that you were doing nothing while I was also doing nothing.
Yeah. I've
5 hours.
that was probably me. That was probably me because I've had that happen with this Russian company for a trailer tire. They were supposed to get like a patch or whatever, you know, like and the guy wanted to get a discount, and so he dicked around for 5 hours on the phone back and forth with the people just to pay the thing. So like, and he never did. He never did. I paid it and just sent him the thing. I was like, send me the money, man. He was like, oh, it's banking hours, so he's going to take a couple of days. I was like, wait a second, are you just saying you didn't have the money? He's like, no, I just didn't want to pay that. And it's like, well, you're at fucking Love's, bro. Like, that's just what it costs. So he sent me to, I talked to the boss. I talked to the boss, and the boss just sent me the money. Like, I don't got time to fucking
Those Loves are getting kind of crazy though, man.
$500,
like-
$600.
Yeah, you'll be like, hey, what's your labor rate? And they're like, $225 an hour. You're like, Jesus Christ, dude, at the Loves? I'll just go to the dealer. What's the dealer cost?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you can't afford the dealer. They're $226. We're giving you a crazy discount. It's like, go fuck yourself. Fucking $5 an hour.
Yeah, I think Peterbilt in Salt Lake is $250 an hour.
Right, that's what I would expect for a dealer. You know, $250, $275. If it's a Volvo, probably. I know Volvo fucking charges out the ass. Why? I don't know, but evidently Volvo thinks they're worth, you know, fucking almost $300 an hour labor rate.
Europeans.
Yep. They're also one of the ones that'll charge you by the foot for everything. They're like, you're like, hey, can you install this inverter for me? They're like, yeah, you're going to need about 5 feet of cables to the battery. That's going to be $1,000. You're like, excuse me? They're like, yeah, dude,
Wow.
we charge by the foot. Like, no thanks. I'll just go to fucking Radio Express. Like, thanks a lot.
Man. Well, that'll save me. I need to hook up my APU and my inverter in my blue truck. So I guess not that I was going to go to Volvo, but thanks for warning me. I won't go there for sure now.
Yeah, do not go to Volvo for anything ever.
I've never owned a Volvo.
I never will. I'm glad I got to see firsthand what it costs to fucking maintenance one of those pieces of shit.
Whoa. But these Russians had the Volvo with the duct tape for the last 15 years, and now they've upgraded. So, like, what's going on? There must be money in the Volvo. Like, if you have an N14 or something?
No, what they do is they fucking buy in bulk from the dealer, and they give them a crazy low price for a new
I'm talking
truck.
about the old ones. I'm talking about the old ones.
Oh,
Yeah, when the Russians first started, they were buying up all the old Volvos for like $6,000 and running
I think the VNet, like the 670s, I think those were actually decent price-wise. But the 760 and the 860s is when things started getting crazy. Because they tried to get my boss, he told me about it, he was going to buy all Volvos. And he was like, I was like, hey, what's up with the Volvos, man? You still thinking about that? He's like, fuck no. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's all, dude, they wanted to give them to me for $185,000 a piece, which isn't bad. And he's like, but the fucking shop rate, the warranty, all the parts, everything is expensive. So he's like, I would pay out the ass later instead of up front. And I was like, oh, that's how they do it then.
Huh.
You know, the Freightliners were more expensive. They were like $215, but it's like everything is like 3 times cheaper.
Yeah.
And they're fucking everywhere. You know, you can stop at any Love's and work on a Freightliner.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know? And
I
he's got
saw
a,
this video.
got a 750,000 mile warranty, I think he told me it was.
I should have saved this video. There was a video I saw like a year ago, but it was an Indian guy. He looked pretty professional. He was, you know, clean shaven, and obviously he had a trucking company, but he said that he buys brand new Volvos and he runs them for 150,000 miles, doesn't do any maintenance, no tires, no oil changes, and then he just flips them after a year, after 150,000 miles. And at first I was like disgusted, like, wow, you're going to destroy a brand new truck. But now I'm like, maybe he was onto something. Zero maintenance, zero everything. And then you just flip the truck for $100,000. I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
why
not
everything
bad.
you made was profit. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a terrible business practice, but you know, like.
Yeah, the next guy's going to be like, I got a brand new Volvo. And then it throws a rod the next week.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly how they do it. Oh, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I was watching this guy. He from Blue Ribbon. He was saying to put this oil thing on. It's like a special filter on your truck, and then
Yeah,
you
the
never
bypass.
have to change your. You never have to change your oil or whatever. Like, what the fuck is up with that? Like,
Yeah, I don't know how those work, but a lot of people have been talking about them. I think it's not a bad option. I don't know how they work though.
yeah, he's like, yeah, you put this thing on your truck, and then you never have to change your oil. It's like, what the fuck? That sounds kind of crazy. I don't know if that's accurate. But
Yeah, I mean, well, he's also running really old trucks.
okay, so you know who I'm talking about then.
Yeah, the Blue Ribbon guy. He drives for Landstar, or
Yep.
he's got a fleet.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's got a like he only buys Freightliner Columbias.
Yeah, that are like $5,000. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
He's like,
I'm
the driver doesn't need to be comfortable. You don't need AC. What you need to do is make money. Like, damn, what the fuck?
I mean he at least he knows what his priorities are. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
I tried that, man. I had my Coronado, and I tried to get all my drivers. I offered it to every single one of my drivers. I'm like, "Do you want the Coronado? It's paper logs, you know, no e logs. You can drive as much or as little as you want." None of my drivers wanted it. None of them. They all wanted their nice new trucks.
That's weird.
I was like, I'll put a brand new seat in it for you. I'll
Yeah.
put an APU on it if you want me to. Nothing. No, none of my drivers, none of my 6 drivers wanted the Coronado.
Because it was
So
just too old for them.
yeah, well, they're all kind of sissies. I mean, not sissies. All my drivers are good drivers, so I don't want to say they're sissies, but they're all comfortable. They don't want the loud engine brake. They don't want the longer turning radius.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not even that hard. It's an easy truck to drive, but none of them wanted it, so I sold it. Oh man, I missed that truck. I shouldn't have sold it. Regretting it.
Yeah, because you could have rode it yourself or just kept it in the. But you know what? Like, it is what it is. Don't regret it. You made the move. It made sense at the time. You know, the only thing you do is learn from it. So you
Yeah.
you say that drivers don't want to drive those crappy old trucks. So if I
Yeah,
get
well,
like a fleet of Columbias, it's going to be hard to fill them, or
I mean, it just depends. Some drivers like the older trucks, but most company drivers, they really don't care about much. They just want a nice truck with a nice stereo and something that doesn't shake too much going down the road. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe if you can hire a driver and then you're like you talk to him, you're like, hey, I think about buying this truck. Would you be interested? You know, you'll probably get some company drivers that are okay with a paper log old truck, but like I'd probably say 80 to 90% of them, they just want a nice new truck that doesn't rattle. That they don't care about e logs or paper logs. They just want a nice truck. So
They also don't care about the nostalgia or the coolness of, like, for me, I'm different where it's like I like that old loud fucking, beast
engine
of a
brake.
truck. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I like that old shit. Like that's what I started in, and it was always cool to me. Like as a kid, I was never, in the back seat of the car like, wow, look at that Volvo. It's like I was always looking at the hood trucks. Like that's what I liked. But like you said, it's like most guys, they don't appreciate the cost of anything. They're just like, I want a brand new truck. And it's like, yeah, but you smoke 18 cigarettes a day and you got 3 dogs you're trying to take on the road. Why the fuck would I give you a new truck? It's going
Yeah.
to be ruined after 6 months. But, they
Yeah.
don't care. They just expect new shit. Some
Yeah,
guy
luckily,
applied to work for my boss, and he had 2 trucks available. He had a brand new fucking Freightliner with like 40 miles on it, or he had a Volvo with 800,000 miles on it. And the guy's like, I don't want to drive the Volvo. And he's like, you ain't getting in that Freightliner with that cigarette in your fucking hand. He just told him straight up. He's like, no, dude, I'm not putting you in a nice new truck. And he got all
yeah.
pissed off.
Luckily, none of my drivers smoke, so that's never been an issue. But it is also nice with the newer trucks with your e-logs. They help with your IFTA, so that's nice tracking your fuel.
Yeah.
yeah.
My
I use one of
wife
those
Christine,
GPS units that is attached to the engine computer.
yeah,
So
Okay.
e-log or not,
Can't
I
you
know.
use like a? Could you use like a digital paper log?
what was that?
Can't you use like a digital paper log so you don't have to worry about writing down like? Because I remember I used to have to like if we're going into South Carolina, okay, mile marker, then you just learn a route. But yeah, I'm on
Yeah,
95. I'm at exit 0. Like now, this is how many miles it is.
yeah, I would. My wife Christine, she files our IFTA every quarter, And so she gets all the miles from the e-logs, but for me, she always hated it because I had to text her my odometer. So I would just text her entering Wyoming 1,257,000 miles or whatever. And she's like, I hate it because I have to go and manually figure out how many miles you drove in every state every month. And so she was actually happy that I sold the red truck, but I'm not as happy about it. So
What up, Narc? Oh shit, Elite Podcast in the chat. What's up, Elite?
who's Heller?
What's up, Nart?
He said hello, like, but with like a southern accent. Heller.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Heller.
Oh,
Oh, me.
Elite was on earlier. Oh.
Oh, was he?
I had
must have
special
missed it.
guests. Well, I had special guest SoCal on, and
Oh,
Oh
okay.
jeez.
I said I want to, as a man, stop saying "gonna" so much. And Elite was like you're gonna interview Caden and the other owner of some other companies. He's talking to SoCal. I was like, I don't know if I want to read that one. We're gonna start.
Yeah. Listen, Coach Howe will get over it, or he won't.
Oh, he read it himself. He got it.
That's so funny.
I always like
Okay.
making SoCal uncomfortable because he tries so hard to stay out of the drama, but like people pull him in. So like if some drama kicks off while he's on the live feed, you can tell he like doesn't want to play. He'll be like the whole laser focus thing. You're like laser focused. He's all, I don't know what that means, but I know it's something drama. And you could tell he's like, please don't involve me. He tries to get out of it.
Oh, he knew what it was. Yeah, he knew what laser focus was. Laser focus has been a thing for like a week.
Yeah, it's been going on a while. This dude needs some new fucking head gaskets for this Dodge Ram. It's smoking like a motherfucker.
You have any updates, Narc?
No. Yep. Beautiful. Thank you.
So what makes you want to be a
Appreciate it.
promoter now?
Well, I mean, Jason called me to leave him alone earlier on the phone. You guys know what crumble cookies are? I just came and got some crumble cookies. 6 of them.
Oh, just
I used to
read how
deliver their
many-
supplies.
Oh, do you?
You're supposed
Yeah. Holy fuck.
I used to. Back in the day when I did food service, I used to deliver the crumble cookies all over Denver.
Yeah, all you can do is eat one. You can't eat crumble cookies. You can only
I
eat
got
one
6.
cookie.
I got
Oh
6.
my god!
I got the
Yeah, you're
mini.
gonna get
I got 6 mini,
I got 6 of the minis.
not the full size.
the thin,
Because I
the
need
thin
full
ones.
size ones.
Yeah, the
The
little,
thin.
yeah, I got.
The big ones were like 2,000 calories each.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
insane.
so
I knew that the big ones are like big, but I got all the icing ones, of course, right? So
They
Especially
they offered me
chocolate,
one.
chocolate cookie, whatever chocolate, or I'm sorry, Hershey's white chocolate cookies and cream bar.
it's a special one this week. So there we go.
They offered me one when I delivered the last time, and they were like, "Oh, you want to try a crumble cookie?" And granted, they were still new. It was like they had just barely came out as a thing. And I was like, "Sure, why not?" So I took one, and it was, I don't know, I thought it was gross. And like as I'm like trying to eat this cookie, I was thinking back to the menu and the prices, and I was like, "Holy fuck, who's eating here?"
Yeah, it's not cheap. Yeah, this is company paid for. Yeah, it was 6 of these cookies was $19. No, I'm sorry, it was $17.
God damn.
Or eight. I guess it was $18. So it was $19. It was $18.
I want to go to Olive
tax.
Garden so bad now that you went there yesterday.
Dude, I was very Olive Garden was not impressive last night at all.
You told me it was
No.
good. What the fuck?
Well, it was good, but I mean, it wasn't like, I don't know, it wasn't as impressive as it normally is.
Well, you should have kept your tip.
You're right. That's true. I should have. That's the problem with a tip. You don't know ahead of time.
Mhm.
I don't know how to get over this stoplight over here. But I don't know. I'm getting ready to go onto the construction.
I mean, not construction. The contractor guys, Charlie and them Swift dudes. I told them they want to dip their feet in the drama, and of course they've got a Trucker Todd thing lined out. So
They
Wait,
want to make
what?
fun of Trucker Todd. The contractor corner guys with Swift, Charlie. I don't know if I think you know Charlie.
Oh, Charlie Mahone. Yeah.
Charlie Mahone and Jeff. Trip, you probably. I
You're
don't know.
live?
You might. So, yeah, they do a.
show once a week. It's usually Tuesdays, but they've both been running, so they're doing it tonight. So they want to divvy into the Jason Pope back at Hurricane situation.
And I'm gonna talk some maintenance with a couple other guys in there. So, anyways, I swear to God.
Well, what is Trucker Todd up to? Is he still at Pam Transport, or is he also quit another job?
No,
Because him and
he's
Jason,
still-
man, they're honestly going toe and toe, man. I don't know
Oh,
who's
yeah,
quitting
no,
more
they're-
jobs.
Yeah,
But he just came out with a new video.
Who, Todd? Trucker Todd's
Yeah.
pretty. I mean, he stays on 2 videos a week.
Week and 900 shorts off the videos that he makes, right? Whatever you call it. He stays pretty. I don't know what you call it. Pretty fucking solid and keeping videos out. But no. As far as I know, Trucker Todd is nothing new. He bought a new truck, but as much money as he's making, he couldn't buy it himself, so he bought it through the SRM or the people that had the burnt down truck, right? That they got the insurance money for. I don't know, a couple years ago. They leased a new truck and leased it to him, and then he put it on over at did you say Pam? I think it's Trans Am. I think I fucking
Trans Am, yeah. He just
Yeah,
put out a
it's
video saying
Trans
like a
Am,
6
right?
month review or something.
Yeah, and so he put it on there, but everything I see, he's always bitching about that with the new truck and the price of the insurance and the payments on the new truck, that he's actually not making hardly any money, right? But I mean, we all know how that game is with these guys, right? Like that might be a referral ploy or a, give me some money ploy because I ain't making it kind of thing, right? Like
I will say this: like as many jobs as Jason quits, him and Trucker Todd have two very different fucking methodologies. Jason is the more like, please pay attention to me and tell me how great I am. Right? He doesn't need any money from you. He gets his VA disability, and his wife is probably also on disability. He doesn't ask for any money. Every now and then he'll sell you a $100 T-shirt, but other than that, he's happy. But then Trucker Todd is completely the other option. He's like, I know I'm a big time owner operator now, but I'm gonna go ahead and put my Cash App and my PayPal in the link of this video. I could really use y'all's help. And it's like, oh god, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. The other thing about Trucker Todd that it makes me think that he's somewhat, I don't know, normal's not the right word, but he will not, right? Like I bet I can name on my hand how many times he said like he knows, he's learned the thing of like ignore the trolls, right? Like he does not fucking
Respond no matter what I do,
what I've done or anything that I do. Like
he never responds and never has, right? Even when he was breaking up per se with Jason, right? And like other than he put, I'm no longer gonna be on the truckers coach, roundtables. That was it, right? Like he doesn't talk. Even when Jason was going at him earlier this year, in the community post about, he never actually Todd never brought up Jason, right? Like he's just like, well, there's another recruiter YouTuber out here that's out here and thinks he's gonna run me off, or he never mentions the troll's name, which is pretty wild if you ask me. As much people as fuck with him, so. But
he is smart in that aspect, though, because I mean he kind of thought like he was gonna make it at first, and then he realized he was over his head with the whole truckers coach and Lonnie and Cooper thing, and it's like he realized he's like, oh shit, this ain't for me, and then he just ghosted everybody, which was smart on his part.
Yep,
that was smart.
Yep, it was 100%.
He knew he couldn't handle it. Fucking goober. And then Trip, I was gonna ask you, I forgot because we were talking about other shit along the way, but I kind of heard a little bit on your live feed earlier. SoCal was talking about how he wasn't allowed to talk about Hurricane because James Best doesn't like it. What the fuck is up with that? Why does James Best care about fucking Hurricane Express?
No, what happened is that, hang on, it's telling me something right now. Okay, so it was, basically what happened was, you know, he was talking about Hurricane Express and whatnot, but,
Okay.
Coach was going to go to Hurricane, and he heard that, he was like, hey, he was talking to James saying, I'm going to keep talking about Hurricane. I don't want Coach to be upset about it. And he was like, whatever. And then he kept making Hurricane videos, and Jason was like, no, you're making these videos because I'm going there. But the thing is, like, everybody's talked about Hurricane amongst their own private groups and people and stuff for years. So,
Right.
yeah, he wasn't saying he wasn't allowed to talk about Hurricane. He just said he didn't do the Caden interview. When Elite asked him about the interviews, he said he didn't do the interview because he was just going to let Coach do the talking.
Oh.
And he said he was interviewing Junior. I thought he was going to interview Senior.
So it had nothing to do with James Best. It was SoCal and fucking Jason.
Right. Yeah, he was just talking to. Sorry, I'm yelling. The thing's talking in my ear. Yeah, he was just talking to James Best. So yeah.
Oh, okay. I was confused. I was like, why the fuck does James Best give a fuck where Jason goes? I was like, he doesn't really give a fuck about Jason.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy though.
Oh lordy, it is crazy. I mean, I assume SoCal knows this, but I didn't listen to all. I was listening to the beginning part, and I assume SoCal knows that Jason is not getting he is not getting fucking Raycons from the Russians, right? Jason may be thinking he's getting Raycons from the Russians, right? But he is not getting Raycons from them. Thank you,
what they do, and I've seen them do it because people have posted it on YouTube. Thank God, like back in the Super Ego days. What they'll do is either they'll edit the current Raycon, right? They'll just take a screenshot of it and they'll change the numbers on there, and then they'll just they'll just send it to the driver with an edit. Well, now.
Right.
Now that it says, it'll tell you like AI or, they have like AI detection. In order to get around that, what they'll do is they'll create a second a second Raycon that's from the company, and they'll send that to you.
Oh, no shit. Well,
so instead of like let's say Super Ego books a Raycon, a load through TQL, instead of sending a TQL Raycon that's been edited, they'll just send a Super Ego Raycon that says whatever the fuck they want and be like, well, technically we're your broker, so it's not illegal.
Yeah, it's
Double
we can
broker.
do this because it's not crazy to think that they do that, right? Like, I mean, I don't think that's crazy, but what's crazy is that like Jason or people like Jason, like he's been through that, right? He's admittedly been through that with fucking Super Ego, right? I know it was past his memory time, right? Of fucking, 2 years ago or whatever, but like he's literally been through this before, so you would think he would be like, remember, like, oh shit, this is what they do. That's right, I remember now. They scrub everything, right? But he doesn't. I mean, I purely believe that he doesn't think, like, oh man, they're really showing me the numbers. I know they are because they're honest. And that's why I like dealing with Russians, because they're honest.
Well, we know
And they pay
that he
good.
doesn't know, because when he said that at Super Ego, he's like, hey guys, I'm getting Raycons. Trust me, I'm getting the Raycons. I see him every day. Well, I haven't
Right.
pulled a load yet. It's like, well, then what fucking Raycons are you looking at? That was funny as fuck to me.
I know that shit. We played it. Well, I don't know, somewhat recently, but yeah, that and the fucking sitting with that guy with that hammer down food dude, whatever the fuck his name was, and he's talking about racking pinions and shit in the goddamn brand new Kenworth.
Oh,
My
yeah,
God,
yeah.
these guys just have no idea, and they think that the crazy part. I mean, we know this, right? But they just think that we have no idea either. That should be the insulting part to people, right? Like the insulting part to people should be like, Jason's telling you all this shit, but by the way, he's like telling you like you have no clue, right? Like you either forgot or you don't know, whichever way it works, right? It's like yeah, I didn't want to be working for the Russians anyways. I didn't want to leave Hurricane. I loved it there. It's like, no. You clearly told everybody you left Hurricane because you were upset, and you clearly said that you'd be an idiot not to be working on the spot market right now, right? Like no, you didn't, But yeah, he treats everybody like they don't have any memory. I don't know. That's in the past. Doesn't count. It's in the past.
Yeah, they act like it's like they'll be like, oh, I know I'm kind of stupid, but everybody else has got to be dumber than me.
Yep. Right. Yep. 100%. It's like, boy, if everybody's dumber than I am, I got this shit worked out.
Exactly. That's exactly how they act.
If everybody's literally as dumb as I am, then I'm fucking golden. Like, oh shit. Oh, God damn it. I just got in the wrong. Oh, no, I didn't get in the wrong lane. Never mind. I'm good. I didn't get in the wrong lane. There's so many fucking turn lanes up here. I don't fucking know how they do this shit.
Shit, I lost everybody now. They'll be back. But the whole shit with Hurricane is like wild. I mean, the thing is, I know Hurricane is shady. I get it, but the thing is, they're so fucking honest about it. It's like, how can you blame them for anything?
No, I don't know that they're probably. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of other companies that are shady as fucking.
You're back
honest
overtime.
about. Per se honest about it or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, yeah, they're pretty open about, like just like when Jason sort of or almost started, they were doing the depreciation, right? They were pretty honest about, look, man, you're paying us depreciation and we're turning depreciation in on that same truck, right? Like we're double dipping, and you're helping us. But these trucks are old and they need to make us money. And that's one way we're making money, having you help us make money with them, right? I was like, okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, like they say it, like it's in the contract, right? It's wide open. Hey, you're paying depreciation, right? Whether you want to or don't or think it's legal or not, you're signing a contract that says you're paying it. You're cool with it, right? Or you understand it, whether you do or don't, whatever. Right.
That's the thing is like, so it's like obviously it's funny to make fun of Jason about it, but it's like so many people go in there, they sign the dotted line for this fucking contract, and then like 6 weeks later they start talking about the contract as if they didn't already read it, which they probably didn't. Most of them probably don't.
Yeah,
they're just excited to get their truck. But they're just like, hey guys, remember that contract I signed that said I was going to get fucked? Well, I just realized that I'm getting fucked. And it's like, well, you should have already known that when you signed on the fucking dotted line. So it's like, at some point, I can't be mad at the company. I got to blame you. It's like, you're the dumbass.
Yeah. That live you did, whatever it was, like 3 weeks ago when you were doing that live on his one Facebook post and Jason was talking with the other guy like, oh, your contract must be different from mine. Let me check. Like he never did.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. No. 100. Yeah. I was 100%. Yeah. He never checked any of that shit. That's what. Yeah. They don't do. I mean, they do zero homework, right? Like, I mean, and of course, obviously, we know it, right? They just do. Or I mean, I say they, like he, but they as a general term do zero homework, and then kind of act like, well, I didn't know that when my truck breaks down that they're not actually gonna fix it. I didn't know that.
right? And it's like, nah, you should have known that, right? Like there's a lot of people saying that when their truck breaks down, they don't fix it, right?
Right.
they just let it roll. All right, buddy, I'm driving through here. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Okay, there you go. Get out.
Jason, he reminds me of that scene from the Simpsons movie back in the day when the Arnold Schwarzenegger guy was president, and he was like, I was elected to lead, not to read. Jason will go to a company and he's like, I was hired to get referrals, not to read contracts. Like, he's just like doesn't give a fuck about it. He's like, I ain't reading that shit. That has nothing to do with me.
Nope, he's gonna fucking, that's what, well, I don't know, maybe you probably said last night on Trips is he literally, I don't think he goes, I mean, obviously the money's like an add-on, but I really don't think he goes to these places, like he uses the money as a brag, right? Because that's what he does. He's into the bragging part, but I really don't think he gives a fuck about the money, which is crazy. Seems crazy, but I just really don't think. I think he goes for the "I got you" moment, right? Like to prove, motherfucker. See, I told you, this motherfucker. I can do it. See, I told you all wrong about Hurricane. You can live. You can drive a truck for Hurricane and be just fine, right? Like,
Well, that's the thing is, I was talking with Tripp about this on, I don't remember when, it was recently though. He doesn't need the money anyway because, first of all, he's getting disability through the VA, right? Which is fine, whatever. He's a veteran. It is what it is. If I don't want him to have it, then that means I gotta be shitty to other people that have it, which I'm not gonna do. So whatever. So he gets a check from them. Then his wife, who doesn't work, probably also gets disability because she's a quote-unquote sick lady, right? So, and then he lives in fucking the middle of nowhere, Kentucky. I think somebody said it. His house was like $24,000.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, he doesn't fucking need the money. And the thing is we've said it before. If he just went into these things like, look, guys, I get plenty of money. I don't need a job. My situation's different from yours. I'm just giving you guys the scoop. Like, what people would probably respect him more. But he's spiraling out of control. He's going to do any dumbass thing he can because he is so fucking desperate right now to prove all the haters wrong. Like that, it eats him up. That's why he's so desperate to like get the next best thing. Is he just absolutely needs to get that "I told you so." He needs it.
Why doesn't he just prove the haters wrong instead of trying to find the next thing that's going to prove them wrong? Just prove them wrong.
Well, that
The
takes
problem
time.
is he can't. He can't though. Like, first of all, overtime's right. Yeah, it takes time. But it's like he's already dug himself such a deep fucking hole because he's lied so many years. You know what I mean? Like, for him to just try to do it the right way now, he'd have to admit to a bunch of shit that he lied about.
Yep.
It's like he's too in deep. Like, it's too fucking late.
Yep. Yeah, and in his own little world, right? He justifies that he did the thing because when he left Hurricane, that post where I read all the Facebook commenters and decided to leave. He's like, "Well, I proved it wrong. I proved a bunch of you guys wrong, anyways, because I went there and showed you how great the company is and how many great people work there. And that's all I was trying to do, anyways, right? That's so I did. Just like when he remember when he deleted everything when he was at BLC." Right, that one day when Elite made the video and he deleted it all, and he's like, "Well, I win because I did exactly what I said I was gonna do. I came here and explained to you guys how bad Hirschbach was versus BLC, and I ain't gotta prove nothing else to none of y'all." It's like, oh well, that's not, you didn't do any of that, but in his head he did.
It's funny.
Right?
It's funny when he talks shit about companies that other people work at and do well, like. It'd be great if he does like a Facebook video or something, like a little short video where he's like BLC was such a bad company. Oh my God, it's the worst. And then right next to him is fucking Matt Iso talking about how great it is. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know.
It's wild. Thank you.
Look at you being all respectful.
Yeah. Well. I'm ordering some Outback. I'm getting all my food together for the night.
Jesus Christ. So you got
We gotta
Somebody
make
pays me
multiple.
per diem.
Yeah, he's got to make multiple stops to gather up the whole Thanksgiving meal. He'll be in the drive-through at McDonald's. He'll have an armload of Outback Steakhouse and crumble cookies. Yeah, I need some breakfast burritos for the morning. Just throw them on top of the pile. Just getting it all
This
ready
is
to go.
exactly what I'm doing too. I went to Crumble Cookies. I stopped at Smoothie King, and yes, now I'm at Outback. Dude, literally, that's what I'm doing right now.
That's funny.
Too bad you're not down in Mississippi. You should bring me some food. There's nowhere near this hotel that I can go eat except for some stupid little grocery store. It's like one of those
Do they
healthy
have a-
grocery stores.
Do you have a microwave and a fridge in your room at least?
Yeah, but I don't have any
Oh, okay.
food.
Okay.
I walked
Oh,
in,
I was
like,
gonna say-
healthy there's
I've had that happen to me so many times. No, I've just had that happen to me so many times. Where I have a little cooler backpack. Like it's like a cooler that has backpack straps. You know, it's like a soft-sided cooler. And anytime I gotta go to a hotel for the truck, I'll throw a bunch of food in that bag and I'll take it with me. You know, so I can save a little money and not have to eat junk food and shit. Well, I get to the hotels and it's like sometimes, you know, they'll look like they have shit online, and then you get there and you're like, well, what the fuck? I got a bag of chicken and cheese and fucking frozen vegetables, and there's no fridge or microwave. Like, now what the fuck do I do? So, now I got to go find a gas station and fill my bag full of ice and shit. It's like, I don't know. I don't know why they don't just have it these days.
I'm feeling pretty ghetto right now because I walked over. They've got this healthy local grocery store. It's the only thing that has food nearby, and all they had was a bunch of granola and there was a big pepperoni stick. So I bought I feel. Have you guys ever seen Trailer Park Boys?
Yeah.
It's like get your hands off my pepperoni. I bought a 2-foot long thing of pepperoni, and that's the only food I have. So I feel like Ricky walking
Oh my
around.
God.
That is funny.
This is a time when DoorDash is allowed.
Dude, yeah, I don't want to spend $50 for 10 chicken nuggets.
Yeah, DoorDash is fucking wild expensive now.
No, I'm trying to save money because I know I already spent too much money this week on repairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you save $2,100 on the filters, so that's $2,100 worth of chicken nuggets right there, if you ask me.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I'll be okay. I'll get home and then I'll eat a bunch of food and be fat again.
There you go.
That's too much fasting for me. I'd be like, no, I'm good.
Well, I mean, this pepperoni stick is 3,000 calories. That's enough for a day and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually perfect. You'll be on carnivore for a day and a half. Make sure you film it. Tell
Oh my
GW.
Tell GW.
Oh no!
Don't do that. You don't want that. You don't want that smoke.
No, you don't want
I
the
won't.
smoke from GW.
You don't want that smoke.
I won't be on carnivore in the morning because this hotel has a free breakfast, so I'll get some waffles in the morning.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
GW would tell you you're doing carnivore wrong while he's eating spinach and rice. You're doing carnivore wrong while he's having a salad.
Oh my gosh!
And eating a bag of potato chips.
Oh my God.
Oh.
This guy's not even a truck driver.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
this guy
no,
he's
don't
not
do
a
that.
truck driver.
He's not a truck driver.
Who isn't?
Me, he'll say that all the time. I'm not a truck driver.
Oh,
he says
yeah.
He's a truck driver. He's really not. He really doesn't drive trucks. Okay.
He did all that. He's done all that before, though. That's what's funny, because he used to do that shit to me all the time.
Oh
Yep.
man. Yeah.
He used to be like, Josh doesn't drive trucks. He just knows a guy with a truck and goes and sits in it.
Yeah.
My favorite
like-
when I didn't know who GW was like 6 months ago, and I was trying to figure out who he was. Like the first video that popped up was him saying that fact checking guy's actually from like Memphis or like South Carolina.
Oh yes.
Yes, that's all that.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
He's wearing like a
He had, like,
Panther
the hat.
so he can't be
Yeah,
from
the hat.
Arizona.
Yeah.
yeah. All of that
Well, you
that
know-
was old. That was old. That all started because I was emailing him as somebody else, and I was telling him that we need to take that fact checking guy down. He's a problem. And I was like feeding him all this fake information, like he lives in Mississippi. There was a whole like Facebook profile of a guy named Joshua Blakeney who's not me. Like it was like very in depth, and he was just eating it up. And then when he finally got like, when I finally exposed it, like it's me, you idiot. Like it's not, it's me making fun of you. He got all bent out of shape, so then he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna find out where you really live then." And then it's like, even though I told everybody I live in Arizona, he somehow twisted that into fucking not North or South Carolina, just the Carolinas.
yeah, the Carolinas. It's the one where the hat, the picture on the hat.
Yeah,
Zach
fucking
Carolina.
Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Zach
You know,
Carolina.
but to be fair to GW, I've had this argument with a lot of my friends, right? Okay, so if you're gonna, one of my friends was born in New Jersey, right? And he's like, "Oh, I'm a Knicks fan." I'm like, "You can't be a Knicks fan because you're born in New Jersey, because that's why you like the Jets, the New York Jets, because you're born in Jersey. You can't like the Giants. So you're supposed to like the Nets, the New Jersey Nets, what are now the Brooklyn Nets. So there's rules to this. So the fact is, you are wearing Carolina Panthers hat. So that means that you have to be from Carolina. You can't be from Arizona liking the Carolina Panthers. It doesn't work that way.
No, you're right, because he contacted the FBI and told them to try to arrest me because I was wearing the wrong hat.
Yes.
There's a whole investigation.
Just over the hat.
Yep. Fucking GW. GW, it's scary that he's allowed to just, walk among us and be free to do what he wants. But he is entertaining as fuck, man. He is so entertaining. Just, I don't know what goes through his head. I would love somebody to make, GW filter glasses. You put them on and the sky turns purple and there's, fucking dancing elephants everywhere and shit. And you're like, oh, shit, this is what GW sees every day. What the fuck?
I told Trip, I'm sure he's looking. Trip, I think you've sent me some pictures or some stuff. But so GW on Twitter, right, is a completely different person and has always been, right? If you went to his Twitter 6 months ago or in the last year, he's all pro Israel all the time, right? And he responds to nobody unless it's which there's a bunch, right? Somebody talking bad about Israel or talking pro whatever Israel something, right? And he says nothing about trucking. And every once in a while there's a trucking post, but it's all Israel all day. But in the last 2 months, it's all pro wrestling, right? He tweets 4 or 5 times a day about what happened on especially on Tuesdays, right? And Saturdays, because I think, there's Monday Night Raw and then there's a Saturday thing, I think, or a Friday night wrestling thing. And he just talks about, I can't believe they gave the strap to, I don't know any of the new wrestlers, right? To CJ Honeycutt. He's CJ Honeycutt's too young. He doesn't deserve the strap right now, right? They didn't give the Undertaker the strap his first 3 months. I'm there's books, right? He's got books written about it. And he's not responding to anybody. He's just tweeting about it, right? Oh my God.
Nobody's commenting. Also on Facebook, he's a different person. On Facebook, he's a normal, fucking guy. He
posts his family, right? Or his boss's
wife.
family or whatever, right? Yeah.
Instagram, he's a different person. Every outlet, he's a different guy. I thought I had multiple personalities, but that guy really has multiple personalities.
I really wish that somebody, he's so paranoid of everybody except James. And I think at this point he'd be even paranoid about James if he asked anything
James
about
exposed
any
him
of
the
us.
most.
Yeah,
James
I know.
exposes them
I
the
know.
most.
I would love to know what the 714 thing was about. Like, I don't think we'll ever really know, like, the real truth, right? Like, he'll
That's when he
tell
went to
us something.
Japan.
Well, he got his hernia fixed in a day,
Yeah.
overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those overnight 34-hour flights.
The red eye.
Yeah. The red eye. He went to California, took a red eye to Japan.
Well, I don't. But he didn't do some because he broke. He got his hernia fixed, but he broke his back in the meantime, right, or something, or hurt
From a
his back.
powerlifting accident.
Accident.
But
Yeah, powerlifting.
he doesn't know the
powerlifting
difference between a
accident.
barbell and a dumbbell. Like, this is a powerlifter.
Oh, God.
That's why he's off the
I
internet, because he's gonna come back as a whole different person.
Yeah, he's
God, I
gonna
hope
come
so.
back even fatter.
I would
He's
love
gonna
for one
be
of
even
these
fatter than he was.
Yeah.
No, he went and got lipo. He got a mommy makeover.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he
He'll
went
have
down to
big ol'-
Colombia.
He'll have big
why
old
not?
fucking
He just
lips.
filed bankruptcy. So.
He'll have big old fucking lips and no cheeks because he got a bunch of facial surgery and shit. He's all, I'm looks
Right.
maxing, guys.
Yeah, look, Maxine. Oh, that's scary. That's scary, and probably there's some truth to that. God damn it.
Yeah, he's probably
Wild.
got lipo. Yeah, think about it. He probably got his abs etched. You know.
Oh my gosh. It's just so wild. I just don't know. I don't get it. I wish one of these guys though would at some point actually have the guy Jason or GW or I don't know about best. No, I don't know about that. But one of these had the actual I gotcha moment. Right, like Jason stayed at a company for 4.5 months and like paid down a loan, you know, like a third of the way or something.
A third of the
Yep,
way.
that was me.
And then walked away.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You know what though? GW has
Yeah, and
been
then just
active.
walk.
He has
Mic
been
drop.
active on Jason Pote's Facebook. So he's been commenting on the Facebook.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so he's not out the country.
Nope. No, that's true.
And
It's true.
obviously you're
That's
Dan
the only place
Tony.
in,
You're Dan Tony, so
yeah,
fucking-
thank you. Yeah,
he
that's
was
another one
like,
that cracks me up. Is
he's been commenting on Hurricanes posts too. Like, oh, it looks like my friend is driving for you guys. Maybe someday I'll drive for you too.
oh my god,
Yes,
Right.
he does that. Yes.
Yeah. He is a little kiss ass like
my
that.
best friend Jason, the guy I talk to every day.
Never in my life have I talked to him, but he's my best friend.
Yep, he's my best friend. Me and him have a lot in common. I don't know if you guys know, but this guy named Narc on the internet and his friend Josh that lives in the Carolinas and his newfound buddy Trip that's just a nut rider. Yeah, I don't know if you guys, we have that in common.
Hey.
Sorry, Trip.
Think like that. Is
Sorry.
that your true feelings, Mr. Dark? Damn, dude.
Yes.
Damn.
Well, that's
yeah.
because that's my
Never
racist.
said
That's
anything
my
like
true
that.
racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my true racist feelings coming out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got it.
Oh fuck, my true racist feelings coming out.
Yeah, he's the only
Yeah, it is.
he's the only half Native American, half black, Jewish, gay, transvestite, fucking like also somehow white, like I don't know, he's got a really rich family history.
Yep.
Well, does he
Yeah,
even get to claim certain things now that we know that his dad's not his dad?
Probably not.
I mean, he
He
could
was
just make
big,
anything up now because we don't know who the fuck his parents are.
That's true. You would think when he was up in Alaska, he would have been able to claim some rights up there. I mean, he claims he has residency up there, right? He's told us that's why everything's plated in Alaska, still not in Texas.
He's like, I know I've never mentioned this before, but now that I live in Alaska, did you guys know I'm also like half Inuit? It's like, dude, you can only be two halves. Like, you're adding up to your math. Don't math, dude. You're too many halves. Like, it's too many 50%.
You don't understand how the human genealogy works, you idiot, right? That's not how it works. And you're talking
Right.
about math.
He's
Genealogy
gonna
is
break
not
down
math.
the DNA sequence.
Remember when he was what do you call it? A linguist? No, a linguist,
Yeah.
something. Yeah. You guys are
Linguist.
stupid. I am very I'm very proficient in language, in linguist.
Yeah, so he started talking to me in fucking Hebrew, right? And because I told him he doesn't know how to speak Hebrew, and he said, "Oh, I know how to speak Hebrew in Hebrew," and it's like, okay, well, you studied that one saying, GW, so you can tell
Yep.
people you know how to talk Hebrew. I get it. I get it.
It's like I can speak Spanish. I can say "Cómo se dice." How do you say
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, watch, guys, I'll show you my language. And he's like, here, I'm going to speak Aramaic. And then you hear Google fire up. It's all boop. And it starts talking in Aramaic. And he's like, see?
You guys are all idiots. I don't know how you guys are all idiots. You guys all
Let's
gang
say he
up
is
on
a
me.
linguist. Let's say he is a linguist, right? Well, why is he not using his skills for bettering the world? Like, why is he doing what he's doing? Like, it don't make no sense.
Well,
Well, it's funny that he says he's like this hyper intelligent, master linguist and shit. But it's like the best thing he can come up with is your mama. And it's like you got all that knowledge, you got that mastery of all the languages on the planet, and like you can't even come up with a good insult.
yeah, he's got a terrible your mama joke, right?
Right, that's the best he can do.
Oh my. These guys.
I better calm down before I ignite the fires again.
Yeah,
I like
you, start
the way
up, you know what? I don't know if you want to start up with him again.
He is fun to fuck with, though. He is fun to fuck with, so.
Yeah, he probably goes off the wall more than anybody, right? Like with the lawyers and the FBI and the IC3s and the CIAs, and I'm calling my whoever.
What makes him so fun is like if you want him to say something in particular because you have a joke about it, you can just email him, get him to say it, and then do the joke, and you're just like, yep, that was perfect. You literally just control him, and you can do whatever drama you want. You're like, I really need him to talk about Huckleberry Finn right now, so I better email him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, and he'll do it because he's stupid.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like listening on the Zell. It's really funny because like James will be looking through Facebook, looking at used trucks for sale, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's a nice truck. Look at this," and he'll post it on Zell. And then GW will be like, "Oh, look at this truck. Can I buy this truck and lease on?" And like James won't even respond to him.
I think he burned that bridge.
Yeah, James just ghosts him. He'll say something about James, and James won't even respond.
The last time I was in Zello, oh shit, I lost everybody.
Huh? I'm still
That's
here.
weird. Yeah. It happened. They'll be back probably. I was saying the last time I was in Zello, I was in James' best room, and GW was in there, and he was bitching about everybody. You know, the typical like, oh, everybody's mean to me all the time bullshit. And James Vest is like, well, you fucking respond, you idiot. Like, just stop watching them. Like, they don't care if you're not watching. Like, why do you watch? And, he's just not listening. And he keeps going on, and he's like, maybe I'll try this, maybe I'll try this. And James is like, how about you just stop trying and it'll all go away? And finally I spoke up. I was like, dude, you said James is the smartest guy on the planet. And he's giving you advice and you're not fucking listening. And, like, he just couldn't handle it. Like, James Best is like laughing at him, and he's like, "Yeah, Josh, now you understand. I tell him this every time, and he doesn't fucking listen." And I was like, "I believe it."
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I still feel like I don't fully understand their whole dynamic, because it's just funny that GW is always talking up James, and then James is just totally ignoring him. So I
James
don't, but I
openly
don't
shits
understand.
on him.
Yeah,
It's wild. Like the only reason we know that GW failed a drug test is because James fucking told everyone. Yet me and Narc are the bad guys.
yeah,
You know, and it's like he's so dumb. It's like even if James is kidding, he fucking confirms everything because I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him, but it's like so James will be like, yeah, he failed a drug test. He's like, yep, I'm just a big old druggie, you know me, old druggie GW, and then everybody starts calling him druggie GW, and he gets mad, and it's like, well, you fucking confirmed it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
yeah. You don't want to advertise that you're on illicit drugs.
Especially not as a truck driver, like, you know.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that cause I need to. What I really need to do is just leave my backup phone on Zelle or something so I can record all the conversations, because sometimes they say some funny stuff, but most of the time it's just like Vols and GW talking about gay stuff and dog wieners.
Yeah, that's a weird little group in there. I don't
Yeah, there's
know.
like-
I don't know everybody. I know the core group used to be. It was James Best and GW, of course, and then it was a guy. He goes by Moet, which is a brand of champagne, but I don't know his real name. He lives in Chicago, supposedly. And there's a guy called Ghostface Trucker. He used to drive for he was driving James's 386, that old Walmart Peterbilt he has, for a while. Then he just kind of disappeared. Like no one knows, what happened to him. He just vanished. And this guy called Wild Bill, who he reminds me of. Just like he's like a one-upper. Like he owns everything. He has everything. He's super wealthy, but then it's like he's just a nobody in James Best's back room. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're this big shot, but you're like hanging out with a bunch of losers in here. Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I remember I was driving through Kansas last week, and like there was Vols and James, and Shop Fees was like antagonizing him. He kept saying GW's gay, and I don't know what was going on, but he wasn't really defending himself because he started talking about like James's nuts or something. Like you don't know what it's like until you've beheld James's nuts. Like
yeah, and then he gets mad when people call him gay, and he gets mad.
He's like, I'm gonna make my own trucking company, and my symbol's gonna be like a side profile of someone's dick and balls, and it's nobody's gonna know, but I'm gonna know it's James's nuts. Like, why would you say that? You're gonna start a trucking company and put a dick on the side of your truck and say it's your best friend's nuts?
Exactly. It's like nothing he says makes any sense at all.
Like you're not helping yourself. Shop Fees is calling you gay, and you're talking about another man's nuts.
And then it's like he's so like it's so weird to me because he has no concept of like when it's time to talk shit and when it's time to just be cool. Like somebody will go in there and be like, "What's up, James? How you doing today, man? Everything good?" And he's like, "Oh, look, it's this motherfucker. Fuck your mother. Fuck your whole family. Hey, GW, how are you? Oh no, you can go straight to hell." And it's like, why are you mad now? Like, he hasn't done anything to you yet. Like, it's just like he has no concept that people
There's
aren't
flies
trying
out
to
today
fuck
and
with.
we're making good time.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Just all over the fucking. That was wild. Like, I can't believe. I don't even know what the purpose of that was, but it shows his mental state, in my opinion. Just that whole. It was unhinged, is what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
Oh. But it's like that's what GW's been from day one, and I don't know. Like he was always weird, but it's like he only gets weirder, which is a good sign of meth usage because the more you use it, the more it fries your fucking brain. But
Well, if he's
I don't
trying
know.
to get a job at Hurricane, he needs to be clean for a minute.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure they do hair follicle there, or maybe they don't. I don't know.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, I don't know.
But-
That's. I mean, at first I was like, "Why are you guys making fun of this old man? He just seems like a normal guy." And now I'm like, "Oh, okay." Weird.
it's just weird how he ends up with the group that he's with. You know what I mean? Like most of us are normal people, right? Some guys have more than others, whatever, but we're all kind of in the same boat. We're all truckers, you know. Some of us are company guys, some of us own one truck, some owns 5, 10, whatever, but we're all kind of in the same range together. But then you have certain guys like GW. It's like he owned a truck, so he was like kind of, you know, he was doing all right for himself. He's doing power only tanker, I think. And he was like on TV. He was going to to shows, doing like comedy stand-up specials, and like he was on his way to like being something. And it's like, how do you go from that to hanging around with all of us?
Yeah.
And thinking James, a guy that can't keep a truck on the road, is like the epitome of like what it is to be a man. You know, I just don't get it. Like, you're never going to see a guy come in one of the live feeds and be like, "Yeah, I own a trucking company out of Chicago. We got 500 trucks. We do, you know, $500 million a year." Right? Like, those guys don't have time for this stupid childish shit. You know what I mean? So it's like when these guys come in here and try to talk big, I'm like, no, if you were as important as you think you are, you wouldn't have time for this. You know, like you're just a normal guy like the rest of us. You know, maybe you do have a little bit of success, whatever. You know, good for you, but you're not anything special. So, if you were and you ended up down here, you know, with us normies, us non-famous people, how the fuck did that happen? Like, maybe you should tell that story, because that's more interesting than anything else you've ever said.
Yeah, well, the whole thing of like fantasizing and making up all these details about your life, it's I don't know. I think it'd just be so much more authentic if they, or whatever you were saying earlier about Jason, if he could just be like, "Look, this is my situation. I'm different than you. I don't necessarily need to make $3,000 a week." Like he'd have so much less hate if he wasn't just trying to say, "This is the best company, you'll make the most money here, and I know everything."
Exactly. The problem is, like I said, he's too far in now. You know what I mean? He's been telling the lie for too long that if he tries to take that route, well, now he has to admit to all the lying.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, don't fucking lie. I get it, you know, maybe you want to exaggerate a little bit, you know. Hey, I bought a new truck. Oh, did you get a good deal on it? Hell yeah, I bought it for $40,000. It was actually 48. You know what I mean? It's like you white lied a little. Whatever. Who cares? You know, people do it. But when it's like you start digging deeper and deeper and deeper, and then somebody hands you a ladder to climb out, and you just start digging with the ladder, it's like, all right, dude, you're looking for trouble. Like, you're just going, you're taking it way too fucking far. And James has done that for GW. I don't know how many fucking times. And I know a lot of guys don't like Randall. And I mean, I know Randall's not innocent. He's talked as much shit as anybody else. But when James told Randall to shut the fuck up and quit playing around on the internet, Randall did it. Now Randall's doing good in life. So, you know, it's just, I don't know. You know, GW kind of needs to take, because he can't fucking handle it. He's not mentally capable of handling it.
Yeah. Huh.
And I mean, people are going to be fucking crazy on the internet. It just is what it is.
Who's Randall? That's the guy that lives in James's basement.
Yeah. He was an unfortunate case. He was kind of around a while. You know, he was part of different little groups and stuff. I think him and Billy used to know each other back in the day. They were in like a little trucker group together. And somehow he was like, he had one of those sex dolls from a fucking truck stop, like like one of those Lion's Den places or whatever, like along the freeway. He had this sex doll, and he named it Sarah. And somehow they convinced him to like fuck with the doll. Not like, you know, he wasn't like fucking it on camera, but like he pulled the doll out and was like showing it off and, you know, just like making jokes, you know, just being goofy. And people, of course, recorded it and screenshot it and started giving him hell about it. And then Narc started this whole thing about, well, the doll's only 4 feet tall, so he must be a pedophile. And this guy, TC Boggs, like, I don't know what his issue with Randall was, but he was like, oh, well, I watched a documentary, and Randall fits the profile of a pedophile. And I'm like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, of course, TC Boggs isn't going to listen to anybody because TC Boggs thinks he knows everything. And so I kind of started defending Randall. I was like, yeah, he's kind of weird. Like, I probably wouldn't have pulled a sex doll out on camera, but, you know, I don't think he's a bad guy. You know, like, he's just another drama guy like the rest of us. He talks shit on the internet, fucks around, whatever. You know, and I was kind of defending him, and he told me straight up, he's like, Josh, I appreciate it, but I can handle myself. He's like, just, you know, don't defend me. And I was like, okay. You know, so I backed off. I let him do his thing. But James finally told him, like, dude, just don't fuck with him anymore. Just go away. Like, who cares? You don't need any of those people. And he did, and now he's doing good in life. You know, like his mood is improved. He's not as upset. He's losing weight. I think he's on tirzepatide or Ozempic or something, and like he's doing good because he just got away from the drama. Stopped letting it, affect his life. And I think GW needs to do the same fucking thing because he was doing okay when he first came on the scene. He had a truck. He had a stable, career, whatever. Like he was hauling pretty much, not dedicated, but he had a pretty stable freight lane. He's hauling tanker. He was doing all right for himself. He got involved in the drama. Now he's the fucking meth head who can't keep his life together. And it's like, maybe the drama isn't for you, buddy. I think you need to take a step back. But yeah. I don't know.
I mean, if you're doing tanker, you're pretty much dedicated. It's pretty hard to get brokered freight, so you're going to have some sort of direct connections.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know, man. That's rough. I'd love to go to Alaska if I could get somebody else to dispatch all my drivers, and I didn't have to do that anymore. I'd love to drive to Alaska.
I've thought about it a few times, honestly, like trying to do like a rotation, because there was a guy that I talked to a long time ago. He used to work in the oil field with me, and he disappeared. And when I saw him again, I was like, "Where'd you go?" And he's like, "Oh, I go to Alaska for a few months, and then come home, and then back up to Alaska." And he was working for some company called Black Gold. And they hauled, gold ore up there in Alaska. Like they'd haul two, I think 48-foot side dump trailers. They'd do those long trains or whatever. And he was hauling gold ore, and he would go up there and he'd make like $150,000 in like 6 months. And then when the weather started getting shitty, he'd just fly back home and take the rest of the year off. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
There was I don't know if it was legit or not, but there was somebody that sent me hauling like double tankers or something up doing crude, but it was like $30,000 a week if you owned your own truck, or like like $7,000 if you were a company driver. So
I believe it.
Yeah, but then you have to drive like 15 hours straight, and you're really heavy going over. Was it Prudhoe Bay or Prudhoe Bay, whatever, hauling tankers?
Oh yeah, Prudhoe Bay, yeah, because the work hours up there are different. They can do 15 hours of drive time in a 20-hour period, but they only have 80 hours of working time. So if you do that every day, you're pretty much done after 4 days, and then you got to take a 34-hour reset.
Yeah.
But they're rough. That's why he was getting in trouble, because when he was up there working for Linder or Lindman or whatever it is, Linden, the route that he was doing was from Anchorage up to Fairbanks and back, I believe, was whatever that town up there is. And it's a 15, you can drive 7.5 hours up, drop your trailers, pick up your next set, 7.5 hours back. Well, he was, driving his 11 and taking a 10. And fucking up the schedule, because they're like, dude, we expect you back like in 15 hours. Like, you're not supposed to be gone for 2 days. You know what I mean? And like, he didn't get it, so he kept getting in trouble with them. But
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
that's
But
hard. I mean, I think I could do it for a little bit, but I guess
that's
I
why
don't
they
know.
work part time up there. They do it for a few months and then they take time out. You know,
Yeah,
because that is rough. That's even only working 4 days. That's a lot of fucking time. That's 60 hours of driving in 4 days.
yeah. I mean, I think
You
I
know,
could do it. A lot of the time, I'm always. I think I'm too hard on myself because I have to stop every time one of my drivers has an issue. So it's kind of hard for me to drive really far. But I think if I wasn't dispatching drivers, I think I could do it.
yeah, it's a lot easier when you don't have to do the office work and the grunt work.
Yeah.
You just drive, don't worry about it. It definitely makes a difference.
Yeah, if I was just dispatching myself and just driving myself, I feel like I could do pretty good. But it seems like every day someone calls me, "Hey, your pickup number's wrong," or "Hey, the load's canceled," or "Hey, where am I supposed to go pick up this load? This address doesn't exist." So I'm always on the side of the
Right.
road somewhere. Not on the side of the road. I'm not one of those assholes. I don't pull off on the side of the shoulder. I go to an exit ramp and then I stop.
Yeah, that's what I do. Is I at least try to find a wide exit. Oh, I kind of do like a hybrid system. My old boss, he gets the loads, but then it's like everything is up to me after that.
Yeah.
I contact the broker. I deal with everything. I'll pay the lumper, get reimbursed from the brokers. I handle everything. So it's just he just gets the loads and stacks them for me.
Yeah.
But then I have all the tools at my fingertips to fix the problem. I don't have to call anybody like, I don't know what the pickup number is. I can just call the broker and be like, hey, motherfucker, I'm here. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So I think that's like a better way to go is if you can find, guys that are trustworthy and somewhat intelligent, which obviously is easier said than done. But if you find a good group of guys that can kind of take care of shit and all you got to do is just make sure they always have something to do, you know what I mean? I think that's a good way to handle business.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all of my drivers, I think all of them have over 10 years of experience. So I'm not really worried about any of them. But yeah, they're all company drivers. So if there's anything major, they're always calling me.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not
Which, I
worried
mean,
about them.
That's the burden of the carrier anyway, but, it'd be nice to find somebody who's got a little bit of fucking initiative, but
I think all of them except for one of them used to be owner operators. So I don't know how I got so lucky to get a bunch of good drivers, and they're all older, so they're not like, oh, I don't need 3,000 miles a week. Just get me 2,000 miles for the week and let me be home on the weekend. And
they're in their relaxation phase, basically.
Yeah, I have one driver. He's kind of insane, but he's like, if I don't get 3,500 miles every week, or the equivalent of that in like short loads, then I won't survive. But so he's been doing my FedEx runs every day. He does FedEx runs, and
oh yeah,
he's kind of crazy. I'm like, man, do you want like a break? And he's like, no, if I stop for a day, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, okay. But
some people like it.
Yeah, he's crazy. He'll do so every day. He does these short FedEx runs, and I would hate to do it. If he wasn't doing these runs, I wouldn't have booked him. But it's pretty good money. He's grossing like 1,100 every week. But every single night he runs from Salt Lake, like North Salt Lake to like South Salt Lake. He just runs double sets back and forth 8 times a night, and so he has to hook the double set, drop it, hook up another double set, and drop it. And he only drives like 100 miles a night, but they're paying us whatever that is, like $1,700 a night. So
that ain't bad.
It's a lot of labor. He's pushing dollies around, but he loves it. I told him I'll pay you the equivalent of 600 miles a day. So he's he's getting like $450 a day to push dollies.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, it's nice grossing $1,100 a week. And I don't have to dispatch him either. They dispatch him every night.
Oh, even better.
So, yeah, that's man. That's what Giovanni needs to do. He needs to get hooked up with FedEx.
Yeah.
Don't mess around with those cheap flatbed loads.
It's weird with the flatbed because it's like, I don't know, like sometimes it's really fucking profitable, and then other times it's not. You know, just
Yeah, well,
it all depends on where you live. Yeah, it all depends on where you live, like what you have available to you. You know, if you live like in northern Mississippi, anywhere around Memphis, it's like you probably do really well, like with Caterpillar. You know, if you could get some loads out of them. But then it's like if you live in Arizona, it's like, what are you going to haul on a flatbed? You know, maybe you get a fucking Lowe's distribution center account to do lumber, you know, and then like, what is that going to pay? You know, like $2,000 maybe. So
Yeah. Well, like it's really hard out west because in Utah and Idaho, if you are doing flatbed, you're competing with all the farm boys that are hauling hay on their double flatbed trains. So they'll get you beat on space every time because they have a 48-foot trailer and then they have a 40-foot trailer behind them. And like you can't compete with that. They're gonna haul hay down and then they're gonna haul whatever flatbed load's coming back. All the flatbed loads are taken by the farm guys and they're like DOT exempted. So it's pretty hard to be out west and be flatbed.
yeah, it's funny to me. This guy was bitching. I was watching him on YouTube, and he's one of those job hopper dudes. I think he used to work for TLI out of Phoenix or something. And he was trying, he has like a bad driving record and all this shit. And he was, complaining how hard it was to find work. And he said, I can't even get in with Western Express. And he's like, and it's not because of my record, but they don't come out here. And I was like, Western Express doesn't come west? What the fuck? And I was like thinking about it. I was like, no shit, they're out of Tennessee. I was like, how fucking Western is that?
Yeah. Oof. Well, does he have a channel? Who is it?
I don't remember. It was like, I was just like scrolling, you know what I mean? Like, just being lazy.
Yeah. That's pretty sad if you can't get a job at Western Express.
He was quick to tell everybody that it wasn't because they wouldn't hire him. It was just because they didn't hire in Arizona, evidently.
Yeah, I'm gonna call BS on that, but whatever.
I know, because I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm pretty fucking sure that Western Express has a yard in Phoenix. Like, everybody has a yard in Phoenix. So how the hell are you not hire out of Phoenix?
Yeah, I don't know if they have a yard in Salt Lake or not, but one of my drivers used to drive for them, and he lived in Utah when he drove for him. But I don't know how often he was home, so maybe you have to be on the road for a while.
There's the last time, it was a couple months ago, but I mean it's recent. The last time I went to Utah, they had Washington. They had billboards on the freeways in Oregon and Washington for Western Express, like, hey, we pay a mile, and like the pretty white internationals and shit. So. I mean, if they hire in Washington, I don't see why they wouldn't hire in fucking Arizona. It's just...
Huh.
But then again, I mean, Washington has lumber, and they do like a lot of potato loads on flatbeds. Like, I could see them having more work in that area than fucking Arizona. But even Arizona, like eastern Arizona, like out by Wilcox. They haul a ton of fucking onions and shit like that on flatbed. There's a lot of flatbed work out of there.
Yeah. I think it's still the same thing. You're competing against all the guys that have double flatbeds.
Yeah, so, I guess so.
Like,
but
Doug
I don't
Andrus.
Oh yeah.
They're out of Idaho.
I've seen their trucks. Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen them in Utah before. They have them heavy haul trailers and shit sometimes.
Yeah, they
The
have like
little
they have 4-axle flatbeds, and then they have Rocky Mountain double train, so they have 2 flatbeds in a train. And yeah, you can't compete with that because no matter what, every single flatbed load on the board gets taken by them because they're already doing their backhauls and their flatbeds.
right,
But
and they just have too much capacity. They're gonna beat anything anybody else has. So
yeah, yeah. They pay pretty good on their van loads, though. They broker a lot of stuff. I did a couple good paying Andrus loads out of Montana. A lot of times they do flower loads out of Great Falls, so that's always nice.
yeah,
Like
I don't think I've
$2.
ever been on their board before.
Oh, they don't have a board. It's on DAT.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I've done Legends Transport out of LA. I've hauled shit through them before. Usually out of Phoenix. It was always like frozen bakery items going out towards like Missouri. Like I took I think the last load I hauled, it was cupcakes, like frozen cupcakes, and it went to the caves in Carthage up there. And then a couple times before that, I took like frozen turkey out to like Springfield, Missouri, I think it was. They had a couple good loads out of Arizona.
I want to go to the caves someday. I've never been to the caves.
It's cool, man. It's a fun experience. It's definitely fun. I like it. I especially like the ones where they let you stay there. That's fucking cool. You'll go down into like a pit. It's like a deep hole, but you're still above ground. But you'll drive down this long, steep ramp down into this like dirt pit. Excuse me. And they'll let you park there overnight. Until your delivery. And so it's like you go down into this pit and you're down in the trees surrounded by rock on all sides. And then you wake up in the morning and you get to drive up into the underground and shit. And some of them, when you go far back in there, you can see where like they stopped building and now it's just like the natural cave system again. And that's
Yeah.
pretty fucking cool. Like it's cool in there. I like it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They used to give me the dirty looks when I would take that Freightliner Classic down there with the straight pipes. They did not like that.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, you're driving through just an echo machines. They're like, oh my god. They would get so pissed off.
Oh yeah, that's they can hear you coming from a mile down the pipe.
Yeah. You'd roll down that fucking ramp towards the cave entrance and you see everybody close their office doors and shit. They're just like, oh god. It's like, sorry guys.
Let freedom ring.
Yep. It's the song of my people.
Oh man. Hey, my wife's calling, so I'll catch you on the next live.
All right, man. And then there was one. Well, I think the excitement's over, guys. Unless anybody else wants to come in. I'll be honest, I didn't really have a topic. I was just fucking bored. And I'm driving, so I can't really pay attention to the chat. I'll give it another 10 minutes or so in case there's anybody else that wants to fuck around, but otherwise I'll probably just end it. But if you did come and watch the live, I appreciate it because I was able to get through Houston without punching my windshield in anger, so thank you guys for that. I fucking hate Texas traffic. I hate Texas traffic the most because they have the room to build enough lanes to not have traffic, but they still have fucking traffic, so it pisses me off. That's just me. And then it doesn't matter what time of day it is. There's always something closing a road here, break down car somewhere in a lane, or fucking accident, whatever. There's always something. It never ends. You can't get a break. All right, guys. I think that's long enough. We're not going to be trying to do 4 hours every time. All right, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching. If you guys are on the panel, thanks again for talking. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys in the next one.